What is going on? How is everybody doing? What is up? What is up? Mr. Fuzzy Ewok is in the house.
How's it going?
You're a little taller than an Ewok.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. What do they top out? Like
3.5 feet, I think, is their.
Let's say 3.5, 3.
Point.
What is going on, Renee? How has the life been? Renee is a Bricklink store owner that lives down here in North Carolina.
So is she? Where is she on? Do we not see her or?
So if you look on the side of the screen where it says StreamYard and then it says comments.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So everything that shows up in the comments through YouTube will show up on the comments on there. And then we could all talk privately in our private chat underneath that, but nobody really ever does. She said she is doing good and busy. And then I think that's really all you can control is comments and private chat, right?
That's fine.
I was gonna say I don't know what it looks like to be on that side, honestly, because on here and on Hive streams, I'm like full access.
I would hope you would be full access.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, this week we were going to talk about Jurassic Park. Renee owns the. I guess her and Jean probably have an absurd amount of dinosaurs from buying Lego sets and parting them out.
Yeah, I like to purchase a lot of dinosaurs or have throughout multiple of these lines and stuff like that.
No, not you. People that don't know, the reason why I actually asked Mr. Fuzzy Ewok to be here is because that's been your last 2 times displaying?
This is my first time back in actually like a couple of years. I took a few years off from displaying, so this is my first time back. Was this last Brick Fair? And
he has a Jurassic World.
Yeah, did a whole Jurassic Park layout with an Explorer that went around in a track. Had T-Rex paddock, the visitor center, the Raptor, the Nedry scene where the Jeep is crashed, the bunker scene, the helicopter, whole thing.
So we got Trevor, David, and AK in the house. AK is down here in NC's lug, and he also has I think it's like a collaboration of 3 or 4 people of a massive Jurassic Park too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Everybody, he keeps asking me to do a collab with it, but I'm trying to tell him I got the castle. Unless we could just throw a bunch of raptors in the courtyard of the castle.
That'd be fun though. Just put a small little portal on one side and then just have them rushing out, and your knights have to
Everyone says they're just put a portal; it'll make sense.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
Put a portal. We have some people that are in the lug also have a big train set up. And they were telling me that I should have just put a tunnel all the way through the bottom. That way I could have just been in the train setup. I was like, that's a lot harder than people think it is.
Yeah, getting the support and everything like that.
Well, I'm almost positive about the support, but my worry is what if the train dies or it something were to break it inside the middle of the castle?
If it's a straight shot, you could just get make sure you have a long pole or stick and you just push it through because they're just on the track, so it should just go right through.
Maybe. I guess it wouldn't be as problematic as I was making it to be. Of course. I wouldn't want it to happen. I wouldn't want to. Plus, I think it would be kind of weird. A castle set up with a train.
But I've seen stuff for theme parks and stuff, so it wouldn't be completely out of place. There's a way you can play it off.
Yeah, I guess.
Especially if it's a steam locomotive. Steam would be better than a diesel.
I think they have... I don't know. AK would have to correct me on this, but I don't know what all they have motorized. I don't think they have a Jeep that goes around like y'all. The Explorer. The Explorer by far is the best Jurassic Park video. Not video, but Jurassic Park vehicle they have came out with. That
Oh yeah, it's great.
that is a
Yeah. I've got the official one right up here, and it's awesome to look at all the time. They did a great job with it.
the green and yellow. Is that the one with the diorama?
Yeah, the diorama one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got that one, and I have the. It's not technically like a Jurassic Park vehicle, I don't guess, but I really like the way it looks. It came with the T-Rex, I believe. That one of the ones from last year, that cargo truck that comes with the crate on the back of it.
Oh, from the Breakout. Yeah, that's a good cargo truck.
I really like that cargo truck. I wish the bed
It's
was
like
a
an
little
old
longer.
school Peterbilt truck, you know?
Yeah. What's going on, Wayne? Let me know when you get home, Wayne. But that's really cool. The red Jeep looks really cool, but other than that, I'm not really sold on any of the other Jurassic Park vehicles.
Yeah. The Biosyn, I really liked how they did the Biosyn one, which is the evil company in the last movie. That gray and black, that was a really cool way of going back to Jeeps when they were originally from the 93 and then bringing them into the modern day. That was a good way of doing it.
I don't really care for the T-Port. I'm like looking up the sets now, but the T-Rex transport truck, I don't really care for it too much. I like the truck better than I do the trailer, but it's just really odd that little truck would be pulling a T-Rex. The four-wheelers all kind of look hideous. I don't like them at all.
The four-wheelers are not good. I've never liked any of the Jurassic Park ones. Even the Jurassic World ones, they're all too chunky. I prefer like the Coast Guard ones are really good.
I don't like the six-wheeled one that came with the Carnotaurus.
Oh yeah. Or what about if you scroll down, you'll see the T-Rex versus Dino Mech battle with the volcano. That was a pretty ridiculous Jurassic Park set that came out for the cartoon.
I mean, anything that has mech in it is just. I don't know why they did it at all.
It went along with the plot. It wasn't a great plot, but it the plot.
Nailed it. That's like when they have to bring Mecha Godzilla to fight Godzilla.
Yeah, it's exactly why. Yeah. Actually, if you look at the 2022 T-Rex Breakout, that little like airport tractor trailer, like little tiny little go-kart, that's actually done really well. And I've actually kept that one built.
The T-Rex.
It's got a lime green. It's got like a Mountain Dew T-Rex and a helicopter.
Oh yeah. I couldn't. That's like the 4+ set though, ain't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I bought that set. What I thought was really cool about this set is not something that I guess we could show these. Hold on real quick. Share screen. This set I didn't really care much for it like being built, but I really like the fact that I think there's 4 of them in this set. The 2x2 round tiles that come with the Jurassic wildlife.
Yeah, the Preservation Society, because
yeah.
they're printed because they're 4+s, they're not stickers, which is awesome.
Yeah, and the electric fence sign, that's really awesome. I mean, it doesn't really do much for parts. I don't like the supports for gates, but I do, however, like the zip lines they use. I use those in a lot of different stuff.
I use those for part of the fence for my mock, so yeah.
But that was I think I paid like $13 or $14 for this thing.
Yeah, I did not pay full price for that one.
Yeah, they went on clearance and I bought them. And I think the other one that I got I know this was one of them.
That was
yeah. But once again, like it was a 4+ set that it really didn't do anything for me. I like the 2 dinos that it comes with, and it's cool to have, which I guess if you're actually building a Jurassic Park mock, it would be really hard to use all of the characters because all of the characters are kind of represented by real people.
Well, I've seen one. Have you seen the YouTube that Beyond the Brick does with over at Brick Cascade? They have this huge Jurassic Park, Jurassic World layout, and what they've done is they actually threw out, because it's got a big collab and it's gotten so big that they actually have different sections. Like this is a Jurassic Park section, This is more Jurassic World. This is like the Lost World. So they're able to combine the whole breadth of the whole cast in through one setup.
That's pretty cool. That vehicle right there is flawless, though.
Yeah. I still need to get that one and the visitor center. Those are two that are still.
Yeah, I've been waiting on those two, this one and this one to drop.
Well, I had to buy that one, and I had to buy the Brachiosaurus for Brick Fair because it has the E-Stock sign, and I needed that. I just needed it for the mock, so I had to.
You had to have it.
I had to get it.
No way it could be done without it. The Brachiosaurus is probably my favorite dinosaur they've done, just because of how odd it is. Like, there's a lot of moving.
I wish they would have made the articulating with the arms like they did with the old dinosaurs line back in like 2000, or even some of the elephants that they've done. But I get it. It's a big fig. It's going to be a one shot.
Yeah, you can kind of tell it's just like super glued together.
Yeah.
Like, here you go. That it has a good looking Jeep in that too, though.
What's interesting is the Jeep build for that and the other one, the Nedry one, are actually different. So when you pull them up side by side, they're modeled differently, even though they're supposed to be the exact same year Jeep. Like they have circle headlights, when they're supposed to have square, different bumpers, different. Even though one's supposed to be dirty, they're still different builds.
I wonder why they did that.
I have no idea.
I don't know. That's this part, like, this would be something that would just be like a parts bin, I guess. I really like the stickers that come with this set.
The stickers, the artwork glass on the inside, and the banner that it has.
Yeah, the banner is probably like one of the best things.
Because that's what I built for Brick Fair, was a physical, bigger version of that, and I just I'll take those pieces from that set and put it to my own mock.
I mean, it's really good that. I mean, anytime there's a theme that's going on that you're trying to like recreate or do stuff with, it's really cool when you see printed pieces. Like, I mean, like this egg.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, the electricity symbols, all that stuff could be used so well. Like the Jurassic Park.
Even that, I know it's a stickered part, but that Jurassic Park like circle is so useful. Just throw around like signs and stuff.
Well, another good thing too about them being stickers and not tiles is like if you go to this set, let's see.
Yeah, I've purchased a few sticker sheets. I've got a little binder full of Jurassic Park stickers.
Yeah, I was about to say it's probably pretty cheap.
They're not too bad.
Oh, this one's printed.
You know why? That's a 4+. Oh no, is it?
I don't think it is. But it is printed. Let's see, just out of curiosity. Who has the highest amount? Let's go to the US of A. So yeah, 50 cents a piece. I mean, you really can't beat that.
No.
But yeah, if they're stickered. So one of the things that I was doing, which is kind of like, I mean, it's completely irrelevant to Jurassic Park, but I was planning on doing. I am planning on doing a Clone Wars mock next. So I sat down and what is going on, Gravy? I sat down and seen what sets came, because you know just about everything Star Wars is pretty much stickered.
Oh yeah.
I seen what sets had the clone symbol as a sticker, and I was just going to buy a bunch of sticker sheets. Like most of the sticker sheets with the clone symbol are like the ATTE, and they're all like $100 sets. So the stickers are like $5 to $7, which really isn't that bad. But there is a company that I found at one of the conventions that sells printed ones for like $1.50 a piece.
So I've looked at that. I also have been thinking, my sister I think has a circuit machine.
Yeah.
So I might start making my own decals if she's willing to like let me mess around with it and try and see if I can get good with just making, not for like, but like bigger like vinyl stickers.
You don't have like, there's not, I guess like when you're building like the scenes, I guess the mountain couldn't be done with it, but like your last mock with there's no way to put like in front of the raptor. Lego doesn't make like a raptor sign to show that like that's what's in the cage, do they?
No.
So it would be cool to have like a display, like at a zoo. When you walk up, it tells you like, I mean, it doesn't have to be illegible, but
Oh yeah, just the little squiggly lines to look like there's something written.
yeah,
there.
but like a picture of a raptor or like a picture of a T-Rex, that'd be really cool.
And because I've of course downloaded the signs of what they're supposed to be like at the park, so I have JPEGs of all those different files, so I could shrink those down, print those out.
See, like stuff like that little detail is what gets it for me.
Lighting is going to be key next year. Lighting and some movement are things I'm going to incorporate.
There's like 60 some lights in the castle now.
Nice.
I'm not gonna do movement. I'd planned to originally the gate was gonna come up and down.
Okay.
But when we were setting it up at Brick Fair, the way the gate works is it's technically 4 panels, like 1, 1, 1, and 1, and they're all held together by tiles on each side. And it kind of has just enough wiggle room in between it to where it'll slide pretty freely. And if you let it go up too fast, because I did it to where you could turn it up and down. That way, when I motorized it, all I had to do was hook a motor to it.
Yeah.
Well, if you do it too fast, when it comes up, that like second part will catch in just a little bit. And when it catches, this side just like rams into the bottom of it.
Closes your gate.
Yeah. So when I built this one, it is stationary, I have to say. Like, because I rebuilt the castle. The castle's like completely destroyed.
Yeah, I've been watching. I've been seeing stuff online. Yeah.
So there's little things that I think about, like I could do maybe to motorize something, but I don't know what, and I don't know if it would really be beneficial.
Yeah, that would really be meaningful to add to it, you know?
Because like with Jurassic World or Jurassic Park, or especially like in a theme park in general, you have a lot you can motorize, and you have a lot you could do with. Like even if it's just a Jeep driving around, I mean that right there just shows like a lot in movement.
So next year, it's going to be the trailer scene from the second movie. So one trailer is going to be like one part of the RV is up here, one's hanging down. And I saw one guy just do this, and I'm going to have the trailer like sway back and forth.
Uh-huh.
And then on the top of the thing, there's the Mercedes that swings back and forth. I'm going to have it on like a little gimbal. It's just going to go back and forth on some tiles.
That'd be pretty easy to do. Like not too like stressful, I guess.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too rough on any gears. And I'm playing around with it now to try to figure it all out.
I don't want to I don't want to dive into like moving gears. Like there's I guess I have the plans to build 2 turrets for the Star Wars thing. And it was just going to be in front of the base, and I just wanted to like turn and go up and down, and then I have flashing red lights, and I could add like blaster sounds to it.
The Death Star has instructions on how to do the 2 movable turrets with some gears, so you just build out a bigger version of that and do it the same way.
And I have all of the like everything inside where they go is completely hollow, so it'd be easy to put it. But I just feel like that's like one more thing that I would have to like worry about. Like, I don't know. That to me is just like, that's when it starts getting into like how much is too much.
The Geonosis one from Brick Fair, where they had shipping like crates and they took for like 4 days to set up. That I felt was like, okay, you're at museum level of amount of bricks and stuff.
Well, see, that's what me and my buddy were talking about. Like, I know that I don't think I would ever do it just because I do like going to shows, but it does. I would like to maybe. I like displaying, like I do. Everything is a pain until it's actually built there, and then you're like on cloud 9 for a while. But until it's built, you risk the fact of it falling apart on the way there, falling apart during setup, falling apart while taken down. You risk even as bad as it sounds, there's people out there that are disrespectful. I mean, that people could steal stuff and everything else.
Especially during stuff like that, when you're not watching your set, you're going around and checking everything else out.
Yeah. And I have thought, like me and my buddy were talking, because he's got a something I've never seen. He started with a like Life on Mars almost feel. And then he built underneath it to where it has an alien hive where it's got like a breeding pit and all this other stuff. And it's all lit up by black light and using a bunch of different translucent, like lime green, orange. And then it's got like a waterfall done with lava in it. Like it has all this stuff. Cool. And we were joking with each other, and I was like, do you know how cool it would be to build something knowing that it doesn't have to be transported? Like, think about when you're building the Jurassic Park thing. How many trees are you going to put? Think about how annoying it's going to be if you put trees, to how to move all those trees. And if it was just stationary in your house, it would just be like, boom.
Or even grass. Plugging in all those grasses and things like that. Just like the things you don't think about, or like little set decorations. You just, I've definitely thought of getting something out. End goal would be to have a little site where I could build out an entire like room, and maybe just for my own self, just build out different lands and stuff like the Lego Movie did in a basement, and just have a big space.
So that's I don't have that big of one, but that's kind of what I have down here. And like, I thought about like maybe building like small stuff and then knowing I have this, but like, I know how I am. Like, if I were to be like in your shoes, for instance, say you build like this big Jurassic Park, like it's an actual theme park. And you were just to take a section of it to like show that at your house you have this, like maybe a YouTube channel, like, hey, I built this on YouTube. I would, like, the minute I put mine down and I seen you unloading your Jurassic Park, I would be like that. I mean, it's not bad to say, but the enviness was kick in, and I would just be like, I have to have my whole thing here just to be bigger than him.
Well, that was kind of the thing. We built it, and it was in the basement. It was on a big old dining room table and stuff that we had. And me and my buddy were like, man, this is really big. All of our friends, it's all like, wow, this is the biggest thing we've seen. And then we're setting up, and I'm looking around. I'm like, this is actually kind of really tiny. I thought I was like, the lugs might be bigger, but individually, this is small.
I've noticed that anything that is collabed is usually, so like mine's at a certain size where like it's kind of hard to even like if it's a collab with 2 people, mine's usually still bigger than it. But once you get into these lug collabs where it's like 6 and 7 people, it's just like, you realize that you set up like 30 base plates and you're like, why is this table so small? What is going on, Brick Hive? How is it going? But I don't know. That's like the other thing about it. Like the joys of going and setting up, I believe, are what make the connections. Like, me and you would have probably never talked if, well, if I didn't have a setup there, I wouldn't be going back to my table. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I saw you, even if we did like have like a connection, as soon as I go away, I don't have like a permanent spot where I'm at. So even if you wanted to be like, hey, let's go find Richard, like you'd have to find me somewhere without a crowd. So like I said, I do like this plan, but I have promised myself that which I suck at keeping anything like I make a deal with. I've promised myself that the Star Wars won't be anywhere near as big as the castle.
Okay.
Like height wise.
Okay. Okay, height wise, it'll just take up.
Yeah. Well, so it can only go so big because I'm building it on a table, and it can't exceed the table.
Okay.
Which technically the castle kind of already does a little, like, but I don't want it to exceed the table. So when you're building something, it's really nice to know. I've been asked a bunch of times. So when building a mock, everybody says, well, the first thing you got to do is have a plan. No, screw that. Don't have a plan. The first thing you need to do is know your size of what you want, and not necessarily what you want, but what you have available. Because if this table was what I guess used as a build, I can't get but maybe 3 or 4 base plates wide right here.
Yeah.
The castle's 7 right now. So it wouldn't fit on here.
Yeah, I was definitely constrained by that table, and then I knew how big the track was going to be, and it was originally going to be a little like 3 base plates thinner, but then we was like, no, we have to add stuff on the edge. We don't want to just have it like the car to finish off the side, or we have to add stuff. So we really constrained that, and then we started building it, and we're throwing it down and stuff, and we get partway up to the land, and we're like, how are we going to get this out of the house? So we had to tear it all down, make it so it all pinned together.
So you didn't originally have it built modular?
Nope.
So I've never done anything that wasn't built that way.
I learned. I learned really quick to be modular in the first month.
The city I had, I knew I was going to take to conventions. So I right away built it on like a modular system. The problem is I didn't mills plate it the first 2 times.
Mm.
And the first show, like, so I built it on this table and transported it to that table.
Yeah.
And moved it like back and forth down here a couple times, and it never bothered me. The first time I took it to a convention, I was like, the plates, like the base plates were bending in and stuff like that.
Ooh,
and I was like, this has got to be done like on a mills plate. So technically, and one of the other things was I went to smaller plates because I was building on 48 by 48s.
Oh, those are huge.
Yeah, and I went to 32 by 32. So it was like, okay, I would take one of the buildings and put it on the table, and then take like a mills plate that I'd created and rebuild it onto the mills plate, which in terms, it made the buildings skinnier, but they all got taller.
Yeah, because they could support the weight and stuff. I'm slowly like realizing that, like, even for my home displays, unless they're like just like the gate that's up there that's by itself, they're all slowly becoming mills.
Yeah.
And like even like little parks and stuff, even though they're not tall, they're all being mills because eventually everything will click together and all nice.
I've thought about, so I have 8 modular buildings, and then I also like the only one I don't have the Jazz Club, but I do plan on buying it and the museum now that we've got it announced. But I'm kind of like wondering,
is the museum next year's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you not heard about that yet?
I must not have seen that one yet.
So it's not released yet; it's leaked.
Oh, okay.
It's a museum that's like a natural museum, and it's supposed to have a Brachiosaurus skeleton in it.
Oh, awesome.
So my guess is it's going to be like an open floor plan with like that in the middle and the net going up all the floors.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah.
But I know there's supposed to be a section in there that is dedicated to like classic Lego sets, like almost
like where they had the like kind of where they had the old boxes on some of the Lego stores, like the printing or stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's the way they're going to do it. Make them look like Lego,
like really like mini, like micro little builds and stuff.
Yeah. But
well, that'll be fun.
That's going to be like a really cool thing. I didn't know that you didn't know that.
No, because I'm behind on my modulars. I've got to get boutique. I gotta get the boutique and the Jazz Club. I've got the police station and everything behind that.
I got the boutique, but I definitely skipped out on the Jazz Club.
I missed the first one, the Lego Factory Blue Townhouse. I missed out on that one, and then the City Hall because I got the Monster Fighters Haunted Mansion modular instead.
Well, that's cooler anyway.
Yeah, it's cooler than the City Hall, but I can get the Lego Factory Townhouse. I can just bricklink that one eventually. I'm not paying anyone for that set. I'll just bricklink the whole thing.
It's really weird, but this year I have spent more money on Lego, but less on sets.
Okay.
I did this year. I do because right now is double VIP points for the rest of the week until Sunday.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to the store at some point.
I've been toying. I don't toy it, like, I'm not going to say toying around, but I've been writing, like, I create lists of what I need while I'm building and then go to Lego's Pick a Brick section online to, like, bit the pieces that I need if it's cheaper than Bricklink. And right now I have a cart. And whenever I get nailed, so tomorrow, like, Thursday is always my big, like, build days because my wife isn't home. Haley goes to her dad's house. So I use those as like the time to really come down here and just like knock out as much as I can. So tomorrow night before I go to bed, I'll place that order. And I know for a fact I'm buying the Ghost, but I think I might buy the Gunship too.
The red one?
Yeah. I really shouldn't, but I don't know. The double VIP points really got me. I
have the one from the Clone Wars series and the one before that, and then the UCS one. So I've got the older ones. I don't know if we're gonna get the red one. It looked Jang online, Jang review guy.
Yeah.
I watched his review of it, and it looks really good. They did a good job like shrinking it, so it's not as bulky and stuff. But I don't know if I'm sold. I definitely want to get the Ghost and the Phantom.
Well, see, I have the original Phantom.
Ooh, nice.
Don't have the original Ghost. I have the 2011 and 2013 and the UCS gunship. I actually have two 2013s. I had three, but I got rid of one. But my problem now is like, I guess you can't even tell. But so I have another shelf over here and another shelf over here that's set up just like these.
Mm-hmm.
I took apart most of the sets on those. I still have the Friends apartment in Central Park. I'm going to take those apart. I have the 3-in-1 Castle, Krennic's ship, the Inquisitor ship.
The Inquisitor ship is that black one that looked like a T?
Yeah. I have Cad Bane's ship. And then I'm probably going to take apart, believe it or not, the Jurassic Park entrance.
That's got a lot of pieces to it, though. I can see that.
Like, well, it's not like, so I wanted all of this back here just because it's seen kind of to be different themes, and I didn't want it to look all the same.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I literally have a random shelf that has Jurassic Park and Disney on it, the Disney Castle, and then I put an ATTE in front of it, which makes no sense. I have a shelf that's dedicated purely to Star Wars, which bled into two shelves, which is bled into four shelves. I have a shelf that's like dedicated to Batman, but like I'm probably going to take those apart too.
Yeah, my 2008 Batman sets, they did not survive like moves and stuff. They're all parted out. I wish I would have kept some of those because they're really
so I don't part out anything. I believe it or not, I like take it all apart and inventory it,
okay,
and then put it into baggies or boxes and number it and show what set number and what it is.
nice.
I've learned that it's like, yeah, it's cool to have those extra pieces, but sometimes you run across like the TIE Fighter pilot helmet that's all of a sudden a $300 set.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm digging out some Lego from storage because I don't like the way that they were quickly thrown together like 10 plus years ago. And in there, it's got like the Boeing 787, Darth Vader's UCS TIE Fighter, the 50th anniversary set. So I want to go through and either build those and put them on display or make sure all the pieces are there and pack them better so they can go back into storage for when we have more space.
Well, I mean, space is the number one thing of being like an AFOL is everyone realizes that you never have enough space. Trevor said that I'm going to need more labor money. Mayo said Ghost be like Boo, and it's $462 labor money per week. And if I don't collect dinosaurs, I should take the Jurassic Park gate down. Well, see, that was the thing. Like, when I first set it up there, it was like a joke because there was nothing on the shelf but the gate and the T-Rex and then the Disney Castle. And it was so spread apart that there was dinosaurs that were pretty much like, I put all the dinosaurs I've ever had up there and they were like attacking the Disney characters. But now that I've like stuck an ATTE in front of it, and then like the Disney CMS came out. So now I just have like a jumbled up pile of like there's literally on that shelf, there is no joke, at least 15 different Owens.
There are too many Owens. I've tried to take apart as many Owens as I can. I have in my minifig part bin, I've got a whole stack of Owen heads. I'm so sick and tired of freaking Owen. And I'm like, I'm going to build a new figure. Nope, can't use that head. That head is banished.
Well, like I'm going to say I think you were standing there at Brick Fair when we went through that guy's museum and found all of the, like, I'm going to call them Easter eggs, but they were scenes.
Yeah.
So there, people do the Easter eggs where you have to find like 6 pink frogs or something like that. I'm going to do a scavenger hunt, but mine actually it says find this scene. And one of this, there's I think there's 20 of them that we wrote down, and I've already created the minifigs for them. I just haven't added them in. There's a scene where there's 3 Black Falcons that are talking to each other, but if you pay attention, it's Ron, Harry Potter, and Hermione. I thought about putting an Owen in there, but I feel like Owen won't be caught as easy.
Do an Owen with a baby raptor, just like one of the mini raptors in Owen. That'd be a good thing to hide, but people will still be able to find.
I could do that out in the field because there's going to be
the scavenger hunt. We thought of that for the public days.
And
we set it up. Set it up Friday. We did different versions of it as we got people said stuff or thought of it, and it was a lot of fun. Like, can you find the clever girl? Can you find the tall grass? Like, it was fun to have people, and they stopped and stared and gave them even more time to look through the mock and things like that. So,
well, there was a couple things that Haley had set up. She set up I think it was, can you find the 8 goats? But I feel like the 8 goats, everyone found them. God, there's a glow in the dark carrot in the VIP bag. There's 2 of them.
Oh, is that the recent one?
Yeah, I've got 4 of them already, and then I've got 5 of each VIP pack from last year, and I've just been throwing them in a box. And I popped this one open just to see what it is, and I think I'm just gonna open them all and add the stuff to the castle. This one's pretty cool. I don't quite understand everything it comes with. It's got 2 of the wizard hats.
Is it supposed to be a Halloween thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's dress up. So
yeah, but there's 2 hats. There's 2 purple helmets with no visors, and then there's 2 knight helmets. So I get the dress up part of it, but I don't know. They're not, like I said, this is really good for pieces.
I liked last year's one where it was the spooky with the orange and the pumpkins and the skeletons.
Yeah, this has 1 skeleton. It has a cat that's a dark gray, and it's got a light gray spot on its chest. It looks like 2 spiders, 2 bats, 3 pumpkins, 2 loaves of bread, 3 apples, and then a bunch of bones.
I haven't found a good use for that loaf of bread, and Brett bought almost an entire pick-a-brick cup of those loaves of bread when the store had them. He thought, yeah, the baguettes. He's like, I'm going to do something with these. And he got them. He's like, these are absolutely worthless. I have no clue what to do with these.
You can't attach them. You have to have a minifig holding them.
I know. So he has a whole of baguettes that he has no clue what to do with.
So, there is, I will tell you, I have played around enough. I don't think I have one up here. I do. So, my tables are set up in the castle. And the tables all have plates on them, but none of the plates have any kind of attachment points. Well, the turkey legs, the pies, they all have a stud on the bottom of them to be placed.
Yeah.
But I have no place to place them in the actual castle. So everything will just be kind of sitting in there. If you don't mind stretching the baguette out, you have to kind of force it, but I don't know what these pieces are called. Let me go big and I'll show you. The little. There we go.
Oh, the water bottle tops.
Yeah. So if you use those, you can technically force it down on there.
Yeah, I'm okay with ruining something that's completely worthless.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like he said, these would have been really cool to place on a table or have a bread shop, but they don't stick. You have to put them in a minifigure's hand.
What about, could the reverse side of an antenna fit?
Which antenna?
The joystick. If you take off the take off the joystick part.
I know for a fact I don't have one of those down here. Those would be put up.
Because then you could insert the joystick thing into something and then have that there.
Yeah.
Could maybe do something with that.
It's the same size as the back of a flame, right?
The front of the flame, yeah. Because it's. I'm looking at the thin part that clicks into the base, not
the flame. The flame fits about as well as that piece I have. You have to shove it in there, but it'll fit.
Okay, so it's possible with some MacGyvering.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, Alana said that you can make earrings out of them. So you want to sell a bunch of baguettes, she could drill holes in them and make earrings.
Okay. Just have a whole French bakery.
Yeah. So something I seen, which I don't want to tell my secret because I feel like I stole somebody else's idea, and I never thought of this. But those clear rods that you use for action pieces.
Yeah, the jumping ones and stuff.
Well, no. Like the rods, the long rods.
Oh, okay.
They
Yeah.
have like two, like a plate on one side, and then the rod, and then it has like a circle plate.
Yep.
And like a little point out. So what's going on, Gene?
And we're 20 minutes early on Louisiana time.
I looked at somebody's mock, and I was like, "How in the world did they have the minifigure posed like that?" And I couldn't figure it out. If you take that rod, just take a lighter and like heat it up just a little bit, you can bend it and twist it, and it'll stay.
Oh.
So that opens up like a whole nother world of possibility.
Yeah.
That was you owe me $100 for that secret. Everybody in the chat right now owes me $100 for letting them know that secret. But I
didn't sign up for that
because I was looking at somebody's. I think they had a guy flying, and it was like you got the building here that's straight up, and like the minifig was curved up. And I was like, how in the world did they do that? And I was looking, and he ran that white rod. He like heated it up and ran it down the building and then curved it out.
Oh, I'll have to play around with that. That sounds cool.
And then if you heat it up, you can twist because the studs lay down this way and this way.
Yeah, but you can turn it if you heat it, you can turn it however you want to.
Yeah. And I've got a bunch of them down here because when they were first on like the pick a brick wall, I think I bought like a couple of them. And I tried bending one to see like how far it would break, and it doesn't break. Now, if you bend it too much, or of course, if you heat it up too much, you have the risk of turning it black. And if you bend it too much in it, it kind of goes from clear to foggy.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, who really cares?
Who's going to be inspecting the action pose of something?
Yeah. If you're analyzing the Lego build that much,
I will say I did there was one mock at Brick Fair that I was kind of like, really? And I like G.I. Joe, but he used the G.I. Joe figures in his mock.
The Castle Green Skull or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was right across from you, so yeah, you must have definitely seen it.
So I had a problem with that actually. I secretly didn't like that guy. Because he got nominated and I didn't.
That's bull.
And he used action figures. I was like, what? There was like a lot of people that were mad about that. One of my buddies that was there had a Star Wars mock. And he was like, I should have just made my mock bigger and put a bunch of Black Series figs in it.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do, yeah.
Like whatever works. But yeah, heating them up definitely works, and it's something that is like I guess at the end of the day, even if you were to screw the part up, it's like a 12-13 cent part.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I've got a whole bag of broken brown that I haven't thrown away yet.
Are they still attachable?
Some parts of them are, so I kind of like want to maybe do like an explosion scene, just have these broken bits just lying about.
That's what I did. I have a broke wall in the front of the castle now, and the broke wall is all the reddish brown tile that broke from me taking it off.
Yeah, I think I only lost a few bricks from disassembly because there's a few that were some grates and some tiles that just completely exploded as we were trying to take it apart.
I don't think, other than the brown tiles, I don't think I've had any bricks break. Now, I did have
I got a few gray that broke.
The 1x1 round bricks.
Okay, yeah.
The little like cylinders.
Yep.
I have a bunch of those where the bottoms have like snapped.
The bottoms or the top, they've kind of like got like little chips out of them and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I kind of reconciled that by putting if I use more than, which I do it anyway, but if they're stacked more than like a couple high, I've got bars in them so they don't bend and flex.
That's smart.
That holds it together anyway.
Now I'm working on this.
Yeah, there's a ton of good pieces in this VIP pack.
Halloween VIP?
Yeah.
Fall VIP?
The Halloween one. Did y'all get a bunch of these?
I think we got 3 or 4 of them.
You gonna let me have them?
Yeah, we'll just give them to you. That's what we're in business to do.
They've got glow in the dark carrots in there. I don't want all the pieces. I just want some.
I gotta
Glow in the dark carrots?
The stem glows in the dark too.
Really?
Yeah, and then
All
it's
right,
got
hold on.
one by
Yeah, I got
one
it.
by one cones in it, and the cones glow in the dark. Man, all this glows in the dark and the skeleton don't. Why couldn't they just make the skeleton glow? You know how happy I would be?
Well, didn't they used to make early Ninjago, like 2010? Didn't they have some glow in the dark skeleton pieces?
Yeah, because they have a glow in the dark skeleton horse.
Okay.
And then before that, which it wasn't a skeleton, but they have the glow in the dark ghost from like the old castle.
Yeah.
Like we need that stuff again.
Well, they had one piece where it was from when they were doing the first road plates. They had their lights, and they were trying to. Every set had that like little light piece that if you got it charged up in just regular old lights, it would glow for like a little bit afterwards. It's
I'll be darned, Richard. I didn't realize those were glow in the dark pieces.
I didn't either until I really haven't opened any of these, but I figured I would, and I'm glad I did.
So I see you're coming to the Jurassic Park stream. You got 3 dinos right there on your table, sir. Good job.
Well, there's another one up here, but he's attacking New York City.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's the dinosaur I let them borrow.
In that fantasy life of yours.
I like
got
the museum ones where you got to build the skeletons and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are nice and displayed right now too.
I've got those. So one of the first like scenes that I did where it is done, where you have to find like the scene, is a huge Easter egg. How old are you?
Do you need this?
Yeah.
36.
Yeah, that's what I brought with.
So you grew up in about the same time I did. Power Rangers was like big. So in the castle, there's 5 skeletons hanging on the wall, or skulls. And it's a Triceratops, a mammoth, a pterodactyl, a saber-tooth, and a T-Rex.
The T-Rex, yes.
Yeah. I was like, because the pterodactyl, the T-Rex, and the Triceratops all come from the fossil set.
Oh, so that you have that size.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I built the saber-tooth and the mammoth. The mammoth I actually found online. I bought the instructions to make it.
Oh,
And
nice.
I just modified it a little.
Yeah, make it tweak it your own for the scale and stuff that you wanted it. And
Yeah, it's really, really flimsy.
Okay.
The bottom mouth part and the tusks are just kind of held on by like a really small connection point. And the tusks are so long that the weight just kind of like holds it down.
Didn't Chima make it like a mechanical like AT-AT version of a woolly mammoth?
I do not know. I don't know the answer to that. I actually don't know anything about Chima.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad I didn't buy some of those sets because they were kind of cool, like the figures and things like that. And they were cheap.
On the Legends of Chima?
Yeah, they were a Lego theme.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff that I regret not buying. I do a lot of things that like have no reason for a first. So I already know after I build the Star Wars mock, I want to do something with pirates. I bought 130 pirates the other day.
Hey, Richard's Haley home?
Yes, she is upstairs. I think taking a shower.
Oh, I'll text you.
All right, Tori's going to text her.
What we can do is when you just play with
Hey, Gene, want to sell me some parts out of that VIP pack?
I don't know. What do you want?
The carrots, the skeleton, the food, and the treasure chest.
Yeah, let me bust it open and see what all's in it.
I don't need the pumpkin. If you need pumpkins and they're selling, let me know. I did one of those stupid Richard things where, like, see this? I got on the pick-a-brick. Well, I guess you can't really see. I got on the picker brick and I was like, oh, they're cheap enough. And I bought 50, and I don't know why I bought 50 pumpkins.
For the garden in your castle.
I was going to put them in the castle, but I don't need 50 of them.
So yeah, they actually had a saber-tooth AT, like an AT walker, and a mammoth walker in the 2014 Legends of Chima Fire vs. Ice sub-theme. So those are, and they're sculpted like kind of like what their skeletons were. So you might want to take a look at those if you're not happy with what you got already.
Well, I'm happy with what I got. I'm like,
hey Haley, how's it going?
yeah, Haley's in the chat. Yeah, I'm very happy with the way they turned out. Like I said, at first I wasn't. I had to tweak them to make them kind of, I guess, work out better. I thought that in the pictures they looked really cool. And once you built them, you realize that the pictures were digital and like stability just wasn't there.
I learned that with the Explorer when I was building it, because I built it 3D and everything clicked together. And as I'm putting it together in the real world, I'm like, wait a second, how did I make this work in digital? They're apparently floating and they weren't fully connected. So I had to like retrofit stuff in there.
Have you heard the story about are you like familiar with X-Men at all?
Yeah.
Do you know what a Sentinel is?
Yep.
Are you familiar? Like, have I ever told you the story about the Sentinel in me?
No.
So I'm building a city, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted it to completely be like Marvel themed. And I have a Stark Tower. I built an Empire State Building showing the Green Goblin like destroying it and Spider-Man going after him. And I was like really, really, really trying to go out there and like make things that you didn't see all the time. So I got to looking, and there is a company that sells custom figs, and some of the figs they sell custom are X-Men. So I bought all of them, which was a big amount of money.
Yeah, custom figs aren't cheap.
I think I have like $500 in the X-Men figs. Now, mind
As
you,
far as working on Trevor's car,
they are all printed on Lego, but they are like, like aftermarket printing or whatever.
Yeah.
So I have all these X-Men, and I was like, there's nothing in my city that is going to be like, oh, those are like, they look like X-Men, but why are X-Men going to be in New York City type thing? So I was like, I wonder if I could build a Sentinel. So I sat down and tried to like design a Sentinel and just got so aggravated. And my buddy was like, just go to Rebrickable. So I go to Rebrickable. Sure enough, boom, Sentinel pops. So I bought it. You know the price of Lego like per piece just about. This thing is like 3,100 pieces. So I start building the Sentinel, and it is the weakest jointed build I have ever built in my life.
So it's really got to be hanging onto the buildings as it's like walking around.
Comes with this, I forgot the name of it. Gene knows it. The shock that you like screw out or screw in.
linear actuator.
Yeah. So the whole build leans back on a base that you build on that actuator. So I literally had to build him inside of a building and build the building around him and hide the fact that all of the support on the inside was holding him up. And if you ever had to move the base plate, you had to take the head off. Because the head was just like literally like maybe a 30 or 40 piece head held on by one stud.
Oh dear God!
So
Well, Chaz,
that'd be
Chaz,
good.
you
Damage
can tell
because I
he
can
loved the
fall
build,
down
right?
too.
You can tell he was in love with that build, right?
Yeah.
So I took it apart and rebuilt it and redesigned it a little like stronger. But the minute the city came apart, I was like, if someone wants a Sentinel, I'll sell them one. But nobody wants to buy it.
That's because you talk it down so bad.
Well, I
You
mean,
told
make it
everybody how
better.
awesome it was.
I'm not a Lego master. They can make it better.
Oh, and Haley, yeah, we're actually coming down to Raleigh in November. I gotta hit you guys up. We're coming down to see one of our nieces and nephews, so we'll be in town one weekend in November, and then we want to try to get down for whatever the con you guys have down there in January.
The con got moved from January to June.
Oh, okay.
But if y'all are coming down in November, is it going to be for like a weekend or
Yeah,
longer?
just a weekend.
Y'all should plan to go to the Renaissance Festival with us.
Let me see.
I really want to go to the Renaissance Festival, and we've been trying to like figure out a date to go. We got plans like the next 2 Saturdays, but I think the Renaissance Festival goes until like the 11th. If y'all are going to be, it might go on further than that.
So we're actually, that's the day of the niece and nephew's party is the 11th.
So let me see something. The Renaissance Festival.
Because if it goes to the 12th, we can do it the 12th, and we were thinking of taking the 13th off anyways, so we don't have to like rush home.
So it is doing it the 12th.
Yeah, let me talk to Twigs and see if that works out.
Let me see if I can find any information. They open at 9:30 a.m. Tickets are $32 a piece.
Okay.
Unless you can get her to say she's under 12.
No.
But yeah, I've never been, and I always wanted to go. We're talking about going either way. Trevor said Trevor, we can all go.
Yeah, I'll talk to Twigs. I'll get back to you on that.
I want to wait to open those VIP sets. And I had something down here I was going to do, but I don't know what it was anymore. I did get all of this complete just about. I
bought this one to build tonight.
I ran out of brick. Well, I didn't run out of brick.
I'm glad they brought the Explorer in a smaller set, so you didn't have to buy the diorama if you wanted to start collecting it.
Yeah, but the diorama is a much cooler set.
Oh, it's a cooler set. Don't get me wrong, but if people wanted that Explorer, they can now get that set at a more reasonable price.
What's a reasonable price?
There is none for Lego anymore.
I don't have anything down here. My Lego orders came in, but I already separated all those. I've been doing a weird thing lately where every pick-a-brick order that I place, I buy random animals. I got a cardinal for Haley, and then I bought 2 white doves and a blue jay. I've been buying random horses just because, like, the new horses can bend.
Ah, neat.
I think I got a random dog.
I like the new Dreams guys. I am really loving these little figures.
Oh, the Z-Blobs?
Yeah, and then the little like slime pack that goes on them. I think they're great.
I have 10 of those. I bought 10 of the polybags because a buddy of mine was paying me for the spiders.
Oh yeah, the little
And then I gave the bunnies away. Haley said, "What are you building?" I'm not building anything. I don't have anything to build. I guess I could build these flowers. If you want me to build these flowers, Haley. Trevor said that he wants to explore, but it's $50, and he thinks he would go for the diorama just because of the. So that's what is the diorama? 100?
120, I think like that.
It's good work. I'm pretty sure me, so I'm good.
It's not a bad price though. I might take apart the diorama. Haley said to finish her plant. Haley's.
Oh, you're right. It's $100 diorama. So yeah, might as well get 2 Explorers and a T-Rex at that point. Yeah.
But you can't create a second full Explorer, can you?
No, but a destroyed Explorer, if you're going to be playing with Jurassic Park, always is good.
Who wants to play with Jurassic Park?
I'm looking at my desk right now, and I've got all Jurassic Park in front of me, Lego and non.
Speaking of like non-Lego, you want to know something that really grabs my attention, and I don't think I could ever actually buy it? I really want those Pokemon sets.
So it kills me, but I had to break down. These are the only of this brand that I allow in my house, and it's because it's my favorite Pokemon.
So have you seen the big one?
Yeah, I can't justify having that much of this company in my house. I won't even.
Trevor said,
If I find that brand in like donations that I get, it's immediately in the trash. No kid deserves to have that secondhand.
Trevor said that his desk is all Batman.
My desk is all Bricklink at this point.
My desk is Castle.
I've got Hop, Micro Machine, and Lego.
Well, I did have one. I'm going to charge
Light on it. When it comes to like hobbies, hold on, let me mute this real quick while I open these bags.
You know, what I found out is that Lego Technic figures work great with the new Jurassic Park line of sets. They're like the perfect scale.
That's pretty funny.
So that was something cool I found out the other day.
I cut myself back on. So I was buying Hot Wheels quite a bit, but the problem with Hot Wheels is it got really weird because like they became really popular all of a sudden, and it's like there's people that just go to stores and buy them up, and you can't get any unless you like order them offline.
I did watch a guy just take a whole handful and like pick it through. Like I look for certain ones. Like I want one of like my first car. So like Volvo.
So I bought like the Jurassic Park Jeeps. I bought the Jurassic Park Jeeps. Yeah. I got the Jeeps and the Explorer.
Oh, we've done a pick of Walmart, Target. We check them like, do you have this one? Like, yes, I have that version, but I don't have this version. So I'll buy this version because this is the certain number of this Jeep. This Jeep doesn't have a cover. This Jeep is like this grill guard.
My toy addiction has went. I've always had Hot Wheels, always. Only difference is before at my old house, I had like the drywall was completely down one side, and I had like shelves hung up with all like the Hot Wheels displayed. Now I do not. Like they just like as I buy them, they just sit in totes until a tote gets full. Then I'll put like a top on it and start another one. But I have like dove into this Black Series pretty deep, and I'm buying most of them. Like, so I don't go out and buy every character, just like I don't buy like every Lego set. But the problem is the characters they keep releasing. Like, we went to the store Monday night, and they had 4 new ones out there. One of them was Ezra, which I don't want. I don't like Ezra at all.
Is it the new like Moses looking Ezra or the Rebels looking Ezra?
No, it's the Rebels looking Ezra.
Okay.
So I didn't buy it. They had a chopper, and the chopper comes with the attachment to show his like flame jetpack coming out of the bottom.
Oh, I need to find that.
So I bought Chopper, and then they had Morgan Elsbeth off of Ahsoka, and she actually has like the Night Witch paint on her forehead. So I bought the Night Sisters. So I bought that, and then they had I forgot what they called them, but I think they were like assassins. The red guys, they were fighting in the field of whatever planet that was on.
They were just like bandits and stuff like that. It's like they're Tusken Raiders of that planet.
Yeah, and I couldn't justify buying those just because like I didn't care about them.
Oh, Trevor got the Comic-Con Jurassic Park Jeep with Ian in the back. Oh, that's awesome.
I don't even know if I know what that is.
So it's a Matchbox, right? No, it's a Hot Wheels, but yeah, it's the small Jeep size, and they've got a little tiny like Ian Malcolm in the back seat.
That's pretty cool.
Braced and as the T-Rex is coming to get him. I just recently got back into G.I. Joe, and I'm getting the Classified series. Picked up my first one, and that's going to be a very slippery slope right there.
Yeah, are those the ones that are like made to look like the older ones?
So those are the retro ones. These ones they can either be retro inspired or newer designs. So. Here's a desert version of Snake Eyes.
So like G.I. Joe's is something like I would
Yeah.
honestly never pick up.
Hey, Richard.
Richard,
Yeah.
Tori's mom's here.
hello.
Hey. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
You have
Had
a
a
good
great
flight?
flight. Had good weather.
How was the weather down there when you left?
Raining just like here, only more. Raining hard in Jackson, Mississippi. Yeah.
Well,
Had
at
a
least
good
you're here
flight.
now.
Just had the best hot dog in the world.
I didn't cook.
I know it.
Took her to Dario's on Clementsville.
It
Oh
was good.
God.
It was good.
Yeah, what's the weather down by you guys? Is it nice or is it?
It's
Today
good
was
now.
perfect. Today it was
Really
like
nice.
70 degrees, maybe at most.
It's cool at home.
You know, I'm a bigger guy, so the cooler it is, the better it is.
I know.
Like,
Yeah, this
We have,
fat man
we have
weather.
there's built-in insulation. That's what it is. So we're
Yeah.
just built for colder climates.
Yeah. They don't say
See, we're
nothing about
set up
bears.
so-
It's just called hibernating.
Yeah, we're just set up so when wintertime hits and all those people are freezing, we're good to go.
Yeah.
Not me.
That's what-
I'm freezing.
I walked into work yesterday and I realized that it was Monday morning, I think, when it was like the coldest morning. And I work in a shop. The shop has heat and AC, but it's not like the greatest. I was the only one in there with shorts. Like there's people with jackets on and pants and like hoodies, and I'm like walking around in shorts and a t-shirt.
The best weather is shorts and a sweatshirt. You can't beat that level of comfort.
I
Not me.
normally don't ever put on a sweatshirt though.
See, my big thing is skiing in shorts.
I've not done that. That would be really comfortable too because you sweat so much. So I mean, it'd be perfect.
I've never.
Well, and you can ski a lot more aggressively because your body will only let you fall one time. It's like needles going through your skin. You're like, yeah, I'm not gonna fall again.
I've never tried skiing. I used to skateboard a lot, and I was actually pretty good at it. And then I thought I was like, I could skateboard really well. Snowboarding can't be that much different. But it's kind of weird when you're on a skateboard and you can just jump off and keep running and be all right. On a snowboard, you just kind of have to like bail into the snow. And that was a different kind of level of hurt for me.
Well, and the problem with me snowboarding, skiing like skateboarding, you lean into the turns.
Yeah.
Snowboarding, you turn with your feet, but you don't lean your body. If you lean your body, you catch an edge in the ice or snow, and you don't fall to the ground. You are propelled to the ground.
Well, it's the same thing like skateboarding. You can literally hit the smallest rock in the world while you're skateboarding, and you are 0 to however fast you are going. You just stopped.
I had one funny skiing incident. We were on a skiing trip with scouts, and it was a ski lift that went up past where they dropped you off and came back down. And so I'm getting off the lift, and my ski catches and I fall down like right at the ramp. So I'm like, oh man. So I turn back to the instructor, like, hey, I'm okay. As soon as I turn back around, the ski chair from the other way goes, bump, just knocks me out off of the mountain.
So where do you live, Chaz?
Northern Virginia.
Okay.
Ooh, I bet it gets cold
So
up there.
when you were skiing, were you doing Massanutten or
That one was up in Wintergreen. Yeah, that was
Wintergreen, West Virginia? Skied there a bunch. My favorite's Winter Place.
Yeah, I've been to Snowshoe, Wintergreen, and Seven Springs. Up near Pittsburgh. I like that one up in Pittsburgh. That was nice.
I've never been to any of them.
On the screen.
All right, I'm muting. I'm gonna rattle a bag a little.
Yeah, I've never been to any of those. I've never been skiing. That's just something that, oddly enough, I don't think I would enjoy.
It's a lot of fun. I have not done it as an adult, so I want to try and do it again with like some friends, and then have some nice warm alcoholic beverages to warm yourself afterwards and see how relaxing it is.
Yeah, but the older you are, the harder the falls last.
That's true. I broke my ankle stepping off a curb, so I could fully understand.
At the age of 12, you were hurling yourself into traffic. At the age of 30, you have destroyed your whole entire leg system while trying to walk to work.
Trying to cross the bridge.
Or just sitting up in bed and you twinned your neck. I mean,
Yeah. You sneeze, and next thing you know, you're in a neck brace.
Oh, come on. I've never done that.
So I was sitting there. This was like this is probably one of the funniest things that I think I've had happen to me in a long time. I was at work one day, and I don't know what like made me realize it, but I was telling my buddy that works next to me, I was like, dude, it hurts to breathe. He was like, what are you talking about? I was like, my chest is killing me. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, when I inhale, I was like, it literally hurts. Like, it hurts to inhale. And he's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, I think you're having a heart attack. And I was like, well, they say your arms go numb. So I like grabbed my arm and like moved it. And I was like, my arm isn't numb. I was like, I can feel my arm. But I was like, I literally like couldn't breathe. And I was like, I wonder what's going on. So we have like this nurse that comes around or whatever, like at the dealerships I work at. Like, she's our nurse. So she just happened to be coming by there the day. So I'm like explaining to her what's going on. And she like lays her hand on my chest and she's like, does this hurt? And I'm like, no. She's like, does this hurt? I'm like, no. She was like, well, I could tell you what happened to you. And she's like, but you're going to laugh. And I was like, what's that? She's like, have you been coughing or sneezing a lot lately? I was like, yeah. I was like, I sneeze a lot. She was like, you sneezed and pulled a muscle in your chest. I was like, how is that possible?
No, you're not getting old.
I was like, I'm over here thinking I'm having like a heart attack.
so similar, but with heartburn. Had a big pizza, ate it all, and all of a sudden, like, my heart starts really, really hurting and stuff. Like, and I was telling Troy, he's like, yeah, my heart's not doing good. Like, I don't feel good. Like, my hand's good. I'm not going numb. And I'm describing. She's like, can you describe it? I'm like, yeah, it's like a burning sensation in my chest. And she just starts busting out laughing. And I'm like, why are you laughing at me? I'm in a lot of pain. She's like, you have heartburn. Go take some Pepto and start keep going. And that's when I learned what heartburn was.
See, I don't really have heartburn. What I get is like acid reflux.
That sucks. Yeah, I get that more often than I do heartburn.
Heartburn, I don't have.
Happened that one time. Thank God. Never had to experience it again.
But what's weird is I can eat Tums and the acid reflux goes away.
Well, yeah, it's just that chalkiness.
Yeah. So like I still keep them Tums on me.
Oh yeah, there's Tums in the bed. There's Tums in the bedroom because I'll wake up if I like sleep on my stomach too long, I'll get acid reflux. But if I'm on my side or back, I'm fine. If I'm on my stomach, there you go.
I'm afraid if I slept on my stomach, my head wouldn't touch the pillow. Just like rock back and forth all night. Yeah. Slow down. Yeah, I don't like it's weird because like I don't know, like I feel like there's things like everybody says stepping on Lego hurts. I could walk across Lego no problem.
Yeah.
Same here.
I can cut my arm off and no problem. But let me be working on a car using like a gun or something and it catch and my hand smash against like the frame or something and it just be one finger. I'm like, I've got to quit, y'all. Like, just take my arm off at that point.
Yeah, because that's just like your skateboarding, but a lot worse. Is that movement, stop.
Yeah. Something in motion when everything else stops is going to cause a massive pain. My buddies always laugh at me at work because, like, well, people will take guns and they'll, like, just full force it. I ease it in and they're like, why are you doing that? I was like, because that point where it's going to stop is coming.
I was taking apart a server room a couple of years ago, and I was just with my utility knife just cutting zip ties. I thought we'd unplugged everything. Apparently, there was still a 120 cord that was still live, and I went and cut the zip tie and then went a little bit too far into the insulation and went boom, like just blew up in my hand. I just sat back and I'm just going, hair's a little sticking out. My boss looks at me like, you good? He looks over at the smoking server rack, and I'm like, yeah, can I have like 2 minutes?
It's always, like I said, it's the stuff that you don't expect.
Yeah. I kept that box cutter there as a memento of how I almost killed myself.
It's like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
We were laughing yesterday at work, actually. I worked at Honda for a long, long time. And Honda has had like hybrid and like half electric vehicles, now full electric for a very long time. And I've been one of the ones that's like not afraid to work on them. Well, now I'm at Subaru, and Subaru has just got its first electric vehicle, and the hybrids do not really exist at all down here. We had a hybrid come in, and it has like a recall where you're supposed to like check the high voltage AC compressor and all this other stuff. So I'm over there working, and like this guy walks by me. He's like, "Dude, you don't have on those electrical gloves. You don't have all like the signs showing that you're working on like an electrical car put up because they want you to like rope the car off." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing all that." He was like, "You put like yourself at high risk of getting shocked, right?" I was like, "Dude," I was like, as much as I've done on these cars and not got shocked yet, I was like, I think that I have a little bit of common sense to keep me away from that. And he was like, "Well, you never know, man. Something can happen." And I was like, it's common sense. Once you start touching electrical wires to grounds, like something will happen. I was like, but it doesn't just happen. I was like, it's not going to jump out of the car and get me.
So Rich, we missed in the chat. Renee said she did the same thing as you, thought she was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
And then Trevor said that he threw a power to a 3-phase 480-volt line, not realizing it wasn't attached to a transformer. He said it left a gnarly burn mark in the concrete.
This was a long time ago. I had a battery out of my impact gun because it was the easiest thing that I could find. And I was in the back of a van, and I was using the battery to add power and ground to a door to make it open and close. And I'm like laying in the back of this van, like laying down. I plugged the power, plugged the ground in, and like I touched the ground and power to like the wires. And all of a sudden, I'm like, man, this battery's hot. And like next thing I know, the battery's like in my hand with like a flame up top. So I just like throw the battery out of the car, and it like bounces around on the ground and starts like fizzling and shaking. And like everybody's in there like looking at me, and they're like, "What did you do?" And I was like, "I don't know." So I've definitely done some stupid stuff, but
we had to jump my mom's car recently, and I wasn't about to mess with the hybrid system in my Volvo. So I was like, I'll take the truck. I can't hurt the truck. It's just a Jeep. I know how to work on this. So we took that and jumped her car because I wasn't about to fight with my hybrid system.
There's like, I don't.
No, I got to be honest. When you talked about jumping your mom's car, I'm thinking Travis Pastrana.
That's what he uses the Jeep for. I don't think that it would be very. I don't like. I know they say you can, but just as like being a mechanic in the mechanic world, if you have a hybrid, never let somebody jump your vehicle off, and never jump anybody's vehicle off. Just let them. Like, it sucks to say it, but let them suffer.
Yeah.
They have to have. If you can't help them by getting another vehicle, or if it's not somebody you're related to, like your mom, just leave them be. If you're in a parking lot, do not try to be somebody's savior. We have a car that comes into us all the time, and it's got a pretty gnarly burn mark all the way down the fender and headlight where it's melted. And every time that car comes in there, I just want to ask that guy, be like, "So, tell me the story. Like, I want to hear it. What happened?" Because somebody screwed up.
I've seen the aftermath of wrongly placed jumper cables.
Well, usually it just pops a fuse.
Well, I've seen them catch and melt too.
Yeah, that's what this one did. Like I said, I don't know. Trevor said he went to school to be a mechanical engineer and not an electrical engineer for a reason. Well, being a mechanical engineer is pretty easy. If it doesn't move, it needs to move. If it does move and doesn't need to move, you need to make it stop. An electrical engineer has a lot of other different, like, I'll say accessories.
Responsibility.
Yeah, accessories they have to work with. Doctors put on gloves when they mess with people for a reason. If you're putting on gloves to mess with electrical stuff, then you probably have a good chance you could screw something up.
Yeah, my degree is absolutely worthless. It's political science, and I'm in IT, so.
I have a degree in auto paint and body collision, and I don't use it, so I'm not going to say it's pointless, but I definitely haven't used it.
So, Chance, what do you do in IT?
So right now I'm a business analyst working on Salesforce warehouse inventorying and app development.
Oh, cool.
We're on a contract that provides Native American tribes with foodstuffs every month. So we run their
Yeah, my
warehousing, inventorying, and stuff like that.
My son's a software engineer. He helped to develop the AI chatbots,
Oh, nice.
and now he's doing something furthering the AI beyond the chatbot. I don't fully understand what he's doing at this point.
Yeah, my friends and family are very divided on AI. It's either the devil or it's a cool tool.
I believe that's just anybody in general.
Fair.
I've got a lot of questions, like why wasn't AI around when I was young and I didn't have to write papers? Like,
well, we had the early days of Wikipedia before professors got wise to that. So like we had our own things that could have been done.
yeah, but the minute you like type something that's even like remotely in the same sentence to Wikipedia pops up.
If you had a smart professor, yeah.
Or what you would say would be like something the professor was actually knowledgeable about, and Wikipedia would have some kind of bullcrap information in there. And the guy would know you were wrong.
One trick I used to do to make my papers like the right length is I made all the punctuation marks and the spaces 14 points.
So your 100-page essay is now only really 50 pages.
Yep. And it was usually printed, so they couldn't just go into the digital file and like see the different changes.
Yeah. That would be cool. I never would have thought of that.
That's pretty smart.
I never really I always hated writing essays and stuff. That was probably the worst part of school. Mainly because I didn't read the book that they wanted me to write the essay on.
Yeah, I always skimmed it.
Yeah, minor technicality.
How was that book? It was great. What happened in it? A lot of things.
Words.
Can you tell me about any of them?
What had happened was
They became really good friends at the end.
So hey, Richard, I got a dinosaur question for you. When was the first Lego flying pterodon dinosaur released? What year?
Oh, can I go over one page to Bricklink?
Nope.
I'm going to say Jurassic Park came out in 94.
93.
I'm going to say 98.
It was in 2000's Dino Island series of adventurers.
So it wasn't even like a Jurassic Park. Well, Jurassic Park's not that old, though.
No, the first Jurassic Park Lego set was a 2001 Lego Studios Jurassic Park 3 set. There was two of them with their buildable raptors and a Spinosaurus.
And we all know that is the best Jurassic Park movie. That is a cinematic masterpiece.
I hate that movie so much.
which one?
The third Jurassic Park.
So how do you you're like an
Jurassic Park
original,
Maven just got
The
Perfect.
twin. The twin is here.
you're an original like Jurassic Park fan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what did you think about Jurassic World?
I really enjoyed Jurassic World, that it brought back the majesty or the thrill of what a park, and also seeing an actual Jurassic Park running. I thought that part was really awesome. The story was, it was fine, but just seeing an actual working park, and then the promotional stuff where you can actually like go to their website and it look like a Disney website, like the rides are down for in this part of the park. There's the wait time is here, and just seeing an actual working Jurassic Park was really cool. And it brought back all the merchandise that had been slowly dying off since about Chaos was in '98, so about 2001 they had a line called Jurassic Park Dinosaurs from Kenner, and it kind of died off around 2001 when Hasbro took over. So it really invigorized the franchise, and a bunch of media has just been pouring out since 2015. So I'm all
I
about it.
remember, I don't know what year it is, but I remember in school, we used to, of course, take toys and stuff, and I had all the dinosaurs that they've re-brought back now, but the ones that would have like the maybe section of skin that you could take off, and it would be like a
The
tag
dino
mark.
damage. Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, Trevor, Velocicoaster, and I went actually their opening year. I think it was like a couple years ago, whenever it opened. I went that summer, and that is an amazing ride. Two jumps at 50 and 70 miles an hour, 2 launches at 50 and 70 miles an hour. It's really thrilling, and the queue is great too.
Me and Haley, I've never been to Universal, but me and Haley went to Disney World last year for the first time. It's the first time I've ever been. And we've already got plans to next year. We're going with Trevor and Alana, Trevor and his wife. That was like so I'm like really, there's things that make me awe, and there's things that like make me ooh, and like there's tons of stuff that I'll express my love for, but I've never really just been like, holy crap. Haley has it on video. Have you been to Disney World?
Yes.
Have you rode Rise of the Resistance?
Yes.
When that room opens up and those AT-ATs are
Yep.
standing in there, I was like, holy crap, let me off this thing. I was like, I just got to work here now.
Walking into Batuu, even for all the faults that it has, it's not that the theming you cannot deny is probably one of the better Imagineering things that they've done in Hollywood studios, if not Disney World itself, with their theming and their attention to detail and to give it life and things like that.
No,
we
talked about
went in, I think, either early morning or late at night. It was definitely dark, and they had the lights like beaming and stuff. And we walked through, and both my wife and I are just jaws on the floor going, picture.
The one thing that me and Haley found out that no one told us is the Rise of the Resistance is different in the morning than it is at night.
Huh.
The inside part, wherever you're basically escaping, is the same. But when you get off of that part and you're escaping from all that, everything is, if it's in the morning, everything is light out, and it's like you're escaping it during the day. But at night, all the lights are off, and all those like, down the wall where they have like the blaster beams and stuff, all that stuff is so vibrant.
Yeah, because I've only done it at night, so yeah, that would be interesting. I'd check a look at the. Yes. Hold on.
Look what she wants, though.
We kept those Coke bottles, and they're part of our just like household display.
So the one thing that sucks the most, that like I said, this is the first time I've ever been to Disney. Nobody kind of gave me like any kind of insight on things I should do or I should try to do. I know that it was technically me and Haley's like anniversary and our
and your first visit. Those are 2 big things you can do at Disney.
Well, it was also technically our honeymoon because we never went on a honeymoon. We got married in the middle of COVID, so we couldn't go anywhere. We had made plans to go to Disney, and then Disney was like, look, you can't, we're giving you your money back because we're shutting down. And then they opened back up for like, I think it was 2021 or 2020, and you had to wear like a mask. And we didn't want to go for that. So like when 2020 opened up fully, that's when we were like, we're going. And now that I've been once, I'm like, man, we got to make this like a regular thing.
So
we wanted to, the one thing I wanted to do was, I thought it would be cooler than it was, and it was a great experience. But now that we've done it, I'll never do it again.
We just back it in.
We ate with Belle and the Beast in the castle.
Oh yeah.
Beauty and the Beast castle, which was a whole experience. It was really cool. We done it really late at night. They had all of the there's
Which room did you sit in?
the Rose Room.
The Rose Room. Oh, nice. Okay.
So like when it thundered, the picture turned
Yep.
from the prince to the beast, and it was like you're sitting there for like 45 minutes, and you're just like looking at the wall, like what else is going to change? What else is going to move? And like the thunder's going on, and like the rose petals falling. So I wasn't nobody's paying attention to the food at all. But the one thing that I wish I would have known that was like so special is we got to go in the cantina.
Yes.
And there were so many people in there, we were just like, screw it, we'll come back later. And I didn't know the minute you walk out of there, you're not getting back in there. Like you've got to really try to get in there.
So one of the best ways to do that when you go back is to do it first thing in the morning. Like the park opens up, they open up special early for extra magic hours. You get there like 6:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock. You get in there and it doesn't matter. I'm having my fizzy alcoholic Star Wars drink. We got a booth with my mom. My mom doesn't usually drink, but she's like, you know what? I'm here. I'm going to do it. We all have like fun Star Wars drinks and stuff. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about Disney, I had family down there, so I was lucky enough to go quite a bit when I was a kid. And my wife and I have been going every other year since like 2014. We keep trying to rebook, and we've done the cruise line. And we went last Thanksgiving. That week after Thanksgiving at Christmas is like the perfect time because people are just going back to school from Thanksgiving, but it's a little bit too early for Christmas break to start. So it's crowded, but you still get the magic of Christmas with a little bit less crowds.
We're doing this or next year. We've already set the dates. We're going to go to where Halloween's kind of in the middle. That way we can see Halloween and then go to sleep and wake up and it be Christmas everywhere.
Those are awesome. I've done that a few times because that's right. And Triggy's birthday is that same thing. So we've done a few trips over it, start in Halloween and end in Christmas.
Because we went for Halloween last year.
Yeah. It's cool. I love Disney.
Trevor said that there's also 2 endings to the ride. Often the main fails, so there's an extra ending.
Yeah, it has to deal with how Kylo Ren attacks you in the final. I think it's like the elevator scene or a like TIE fighter scene, I think is what shows.
That's pretty cool. It was, like I said, it was an experience, and I can't wait to go back. I was just ready not to leave, and Haley was like, no, I'm ready to go back. And then
Did you build a lightsaber?
No. So I had the chance to build a droid.
Okay.
And I regretted it. With the lightsaber, I didn't really want to build one. I wanted to buy one, so I went and bought. I think it's called Legacy. I bought
the one outside of property, or like the one in Batu, because you can buy actual stuff on Batu.
The one in Batu.
Yeah.
I bought Vader's lightsaber.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the droid was just really expensive, and I didn't know what I would do with it, even if I did get one. And like everything, so Haley doesn't know Star Wars at all. Her knowledge of Star Wars, like she's watched Ahsoka all the way through. She's watched some of Mandalorian. She knows like all the newer characters.
Okay.
She doesn't know anything about Andor or how he even came in the picture. And she kind of gets like a little bit of like the storyline where, Anakin turns into Vader. That's Luke's father, Leia's, brother, all that stuff. But we were walking through Disney, and it's at like. Wait,
do that again. Who's related to who?
Everybody.
Okay, back to you.
But I'm literally like walking through Disney with this lightsaber in my hand, and it's like 8 o'clock at night. Then if in the lights that are there are all dim. They're not like spotlights. They're like little bulbs that are hanging on the side of these like decrepit looking buildings.
Yeah.
And all these kids are walking around with like blue and green lightsabers. And Haley's like, turn your saber on. And you just see like this red saber go out. And I was like, it's time to die, kids.
I did the experience. We built a lightsaber, and there was like only 3 of us that chose red. Like everybody else is doing blue, green, purple, all that stuff. And like you see like there are like 3 of us in the corners just like red glowing drown out.
If I built one, I would choose purple 100%. just because of like the iconicness of that color.
Yeah.
And Samuel L. Jackson is probably like my favorite actor ever. But like, I don't know. Like next year, I know for a fact, depending on like, I'm gonna buy if I don't get into build one, which I'm pretty sure we will. If I just straight buy one, I really kind of want Ahsoka's, but I'm also like really leaning towards like Dooku's.
So Dooku's is a cheaper one. Ahsoka's is going to be twice as much because she's got a 2 hilt set. Oh, and speaking of droids, you can now build Chopper and BD1.
Really?
Yep.
That might be worth building Chopper for.
When I go back, I want to build a Chopper. And Twigs.
I don't really care for BD1 much. He was kind of cool, but he doesn't really like R2D2 is very characteristic. Like he has his little character.
Yeah.
BD1 really doesn't.
So Twigs liked BD1 because he was just that helper droid that just like that little pet or parrot that helped her through the game.
Yeah.
We both love Chopper because he's a homicidal maniac.
Yeah. Chopper's like, I'm not dying, everybody's dying.
What do you mean I can't shoot it down over a city? What's wrong with that?
Yeah. Like I really want to, if I got the chance to build my saber though, I would throw a purple in it just because. And when it comes to like another lightsaber, I really don't know. Like, I don't know what I would do.
You can get other crystals too, so you're not fully locked down to purple. You can go into the Curiosity and buy more crystals and swap them out.
Yeah, I've seen all that.
And then if you look for a Sith crystal, you have like a 1 in 100th or 1 in 1,000 chance of getting a black crystal to have a black lightsaber.
Yeah. But that's how many do you have to buy before you get it?
I don't know. I saw one guy open it, and I was freaking out. It was before Twigs knew like what that meant. She's like, "Great, he got a Kyber crystal. Congratulations!" I'm like, you don't understand. It's a black.
It's not a Kyber crystal. You shut up. You don't know what's going on right now. Like I don't. It would be cool to have one because of the rareness, but I don't think that would be something I would go after. If I build my own saber
online too, that people are hawking and just buy one there if you really want one.
Really?
Oh, I'm sure the aftermarket has them. If they sell popcorn buckets, they will sell a little piece of plastic that's for Jedi.
I don't know. I feel like we've done everything. Now there was a couple rides that we didn't ride at all. That we probably like will next time. And the only reason we didn't was because like the lines were so long. We didn't ride Slinky's ride.
I haven't done that yet either. The line's been too long for that.
We rode Avatar. Avatar was cool, but I don't like the movies that much just because I've never honestly spent the time to like watch them. I thought now that there was a second one, maybe I should like sit down and watch it.
Did you do the river ride next door?
We done both Avatar rides.
Yeah. So we did the flying one, and then we waited for the river one. The ride was broke down for 2 hours. We spent half our freaking morning in the queue of those 2 freaking rides. I am so mad at Twigs. I told her I'm not going on that boat ride again. I'll do the flying one, but I'm not sitting on for a 3-minute ride. I'm not sitting for 2 hours.
So this story isn't going to sound as good coming from me as it would coming from Haley. Haley's favorite Disney character is Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, okay.
So we're walking around. I think our plan was to start somewhere around like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Okay.
So we walk around.
That's like right across the way.
Yeah. We get in the queue. We like look at what's going on and where everything is like sitting at time-wise. And we see that, hey, Winnie the Pooh's little thing's right here. So we went through, walked around it while because there was no line to get into it at all. And she's like enjoying like all the pictures and the wall art and like him talking and everything else. So we're like, okay, we're queued up. We're going to shoot right across the way. We're going to hop on the Gem Mine, ride it. Gem Mine was my second favorite ride there. 100%.
It's 2 seconds long.
Doesn't matter. The minute you got off of Gem Ride, we found out that Winnie the Pooh was standing there with Tigger. So Haley gets in line. Haley is the only one in this entire line that doesn't have a toddler or baby with them. And she is like freaking out. We get like a good 5 or 6 people away from them. And they're like, well, folks, they've got to go take a break. They'll be back in a little bit. So me and Haley are sitting there waiting. We're sitting there waiting. And she's like still like the patient adult. All of a sudden, Tigger comes back, and Tigger's like, well, Pooh's having a longer break than expected. He won't be back for a little while. So Haley's like immediately irate. She walks out of the line. She's like, I'm not waiting again. She was like, this is ruined for me. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. We go like walk around the park, and we went up like past the gym mine. And we done some other stuff up there. I know we went through like Little Mermaid's ride, and done a couple other things up that way, and then started walking back. Pooh standing outside. The line is longer than it is the first time. Jump in line. We get 3 behind the person talking to Pooh, and they're like, "Well, folks, we got to take a break." Haley loses her shit. So I'm like, well, are we moving or what? And like, there's all these kids that are like talking to their toddlers about how Pooh's going to be right back. They're breaking down crying. I've got a grown woman breaking down crying. Finally, like Winnie the Pooh comes back, and we wait to go meet them. Well, we start meeting them, and like, Haley's taking a picture with Pooh. I took a picture with Haley and Pooh, and then like she's taking more pictures with Pooh. Well, Tigger pulls me to the side and starts like messing with me. And like Haley hadn't seen this yet because they weren't messing with people before. So like she's getting like calm and like excited and everything else. So she meets them. We get the pictures. They talk to her and us, and Tigger's like messing with me. Well, we get out of line, and the minute we step out of line, they're like, well, folks, Pooh's got to go take a break again. And Haley was like, if that would have been me, this place would have burnt. I'm like, you are no longer dealing with an irate toddler. I'm like, you have a full-blown like 30-year-old panic attack about to happen.
I would just fire like a
grown-ass woman going off on Disney.
I don't blame her one bit. I don't blame her a bit.
We but other than the lightsaber, honestly, we didn't buy much like memorabilia.
A lot of it's glitchy and is cheap and or breaks really quick. We've learned we really like going and getting the art now. Our dining room is full of like different Disney art and the animation stuff that they'll draw for you and things like that, and you get things customized. Because we go to like one resort, and we had one of them find the resort, and they wrote like "Welcome Home" underneath like our favorite resort picture and stuff.
Haley's favorite movie is Sword in the Stone, and there was, I think it was Epcot. We were just walking around going into like store after store after store, and it was the big art store that they have over there near like, I think it's like Nine Dragons and all that. And they have it's like the alphabet, and it would be like a random letter, and then the letter would represent like a movie, and it would have like all the stuff drawn around it and everything. Well, we found Sword in the Stone, and it ended up really cool. We bought that, but other than that, I don't think we bought any more artwork. I don't think we actually bought anything at all.
We've got a Paperman is our favorite like short that Twigs and I absolutely love. We have that one done as an anniversary one, and it's all black and white except for like the kisses on the lip kisses on like the envelope, and the artist also did that like a few spots around to embellish it. We've got some Lilo and Stitch. We've got Donald Duck as Darth Maul, which is pretty freaking awesome. Jessica Rabbit in a sailor pinup from a cruise line. We got a few more that we have to hang up from this last trip.
So that was one of the other really like funny experiences that we had. Was it was by far one of my it was by far my favorite moment meeting anyone. But they had the Darth Vader character. We stood in line, I don't know if it's in the same place, but the doors open and you walk in and it's like you're on the Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
And
way over on the far side of the park where they used to do the studio tours on the right hand side.
Yeah. So we get in there, and whoever they had playing the Vader character done it like to a T. Like this guy was tall, this guy was like huge. He like made you like feel small. Well, Haley to this point has not seen this guy. She's just seen people go in, and you leave a different door than you go in, so she's not like heard anything or whatever. We walked through there, and they apparently didn't have like the character come back in yet. So he like walks through these bay doors as we're like walking towards him. He's walking towards us. This guy's like 6.5 foot tall. He walks straight up to Haley like we're in a haunted attraction, gets in her face and looks at me, and he said, "I can tell that you have brought rebel scum to me." He was like, "I appreciate everything you've done." And he was like, "The dark side will reward you." And he like turns around and talks to somebody who's dressed up like as an officer, telling him to get somebody to come get Haley. And like fear hits her eyes, and she's like tearing up. Like this guy is literally being mean to her. And I'm like, this is awesome. So we get out of there, and she's like tore up. She's like, "What does rebel scum even mean?" And I was like, basically, he just called you a bitch. That was
I've been accosted by stormtroopers. Darth Vader hasn't come after me, but I've been accosted by stormtroopers a few times. That's always a lot of fun.
I heckled the ones on the officers on the Rise of Resistance when they funnel you into the ships.
Yeah.
There was some lady that was in our they set you in like a color group.
Mm-hmm.
There was some lady in our group, and she had a book bag on, but she had it on in front of her. And one of the Imperial officers walked up to her and was like, "Ma'am," he was like, "you need to take your book bag off and set it on the ground," and walked off. And like the person never took her book bag off. So like she came back and said, "Ma'am, I asked you to take your bag off. Can you please take your bag off and put it on the ground now?" And she didn't take it off. And she was like, "Something tells me you're hiding something in that bag." And I chuckled. And the minute I chuckled, the Imperial officer like snapped at me, and she was like, "Sir, do we have a problem?" And I was like, "Nope, not at all." And like, she's like, "I could tell this group was going to give a lot of issues." She was like, "I can't wait till Master," which meant Kylo Ren, she was like, "deals with you." So we get on this ship, and like, the stormtroopers get on there with, or the first order troopers get on there with you. We get on with them and go to step off, and I'm still like laughing at this point. And this guy turns and looks at me. He's like, "What do you think is funny?" And I was like, "Everything." And he was like, "What is your purpose here?" And I was like, "I'm going to join the First Order." And he was like, "You don't have it." He was like, "You don't have what it takes to be a part of the First Order." And I was like, "That's probably why y'all got defeated." And he started chuckling. And the minute he started laughing, I was like, "I won." I was like, "Ride's over. I win."
I'm sure cast members love to do that because they can be a little bit meaner to a guest, and it's in character.
Yeah. Well, like I enjoy that though. I mean, it's like when you go to a haunted house. I don't want somebody to jump out and scare me. I want somebody to have a conversation. I want somebody to start something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to just be somebody jump out. I want it to legit have some type of story.
Mm-hmm.
But it was Disney had to be one of the most fun things I've ever done, and I cannot wait to go back.
And it's great without kids. I don't care what people say. I have a blast when I go.
I don't know why you would ever take a kid. After going, I don't know why you would do it. Disney is not meant for kids. Keep the kids at home. And of course, there's always like I'm going to call them a downfall, but I know it's really not a downfall. But I mean, like, stuff's going to be expensive. But you knew that. And it's really not that expensive compared to other parks or other attractions or.
Yeah. You just know going in, this is going to hurt the wallet, and go on with it.
That's what we did. The first thing that, like a week before we went, I paid the credit card off to where it was just like open. And technically the trip was already paid for.
Yeah, you paid off the year throughout the year. So one thing you should be doing from now until then, go to Target, go to Walmart, and buy Disney gift cards. That way, all your spending cash is on Disney gift cards that you've already quote unquote paid for. So that when you get down there, you don't have any worries about any of your merchandising.
So I didn't think about that.
Yep.
That's not a bad idea.
And then if you can, swing it, get your meal plan. Meal plans are turning back on in January of 2024.
Yeah, we didn't get the option to do the meal plan last year, which
Yeah.
I honestly don't feel like we spent all that much on food compared to what we would have spent around here.
So the meal plan allows you to have eat at places where you wouldn't normally eat at. So you might just grab the quick service stuff or a small little table, but the meal plan will allow you to go to the Boathouse or the Miyamoto places, or some of the fancier restaurants can use 2 dinner credits. And you wouldn't normally think to do that on a vacation, but the meal plan allows you to do that.
So we ate at, like I said, we ate at the castle with the Beast and Belle.
Yep.
And we won't do that again just because it was the experience, I guess.
It was.
I am building the Birds of Paradise, and I think Gene and Tori are building. Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what Tori. I think Tori's building the Jurassic Park. I know Gene's building the Sanderson sisters' house.
Okay.
But so we ate at Nine Dragons because me and Haley both like Chinese food. That was the best Chinese food I have ever tasted in my life.
That's what I've heard.
The only thing is I didn't listen to Haley, and Haley was like, we should just get 1 plate and split it, and we got 2 and had way too much. So now that we know that's going to be a cheaper thing. I spared no expense when I walked around at the
clever girl there.
The what?
You spared no expense.
Oh, when we went to the what's it called? God, what do they call it? The food around the world.
Yeah.
I got a margarita and some type of adult beverage from just about every stand.
Oh, you have to.
And margaritas at $15 a piece start adding up.
And yes, I think is Alana. Yeah, meal plan is covered at Downtown Disney. Some of those places might count as 2 sit-down restaurant points instead of 1. But yeah, they should be covered throughout most of Downtown Disney.
But that was now, like I said, I think it'll be a lot easier going back the second time.
Well, now you know what you want to see. You kind of know what you want to do.
There's only one ride there I don't ever care to ride again, and It's a Small World.
You don't need to ride that ever again. It's a one and done kind of thing.
That's a creepy ride.
My wife hates Carousel of Progress. My friend and I love Carousel of Progress, so we force her on that every single time, and she hates it.
We didn't ride Space Mountain because Haley doesn't like roller coasters that are in complete dark.
See if you can get a chance when they might announce it, but they do sometimes it with all the lights on. It's a weird random event, but they do rides with Space Mountain completely lit up, which can be more terrifying because it's an enclosed track and the track is very tight.
I didn't care for the Speedway.
Oh, the drivable cars? Or test track?
Test track.
It's getting redone, so it might not even be available when you're there next time.
I drive worse than that on the highway. Trying to think of what else we did. I was highly impressed with Mount Everest. That ride was extremely
That's an awesome ride. I love that ride.
That's another funny story. Up until Disney, I haven't really rode roller coasters. I'm not afraid of them. I just never did. I don't like going to Carowinds because Carowinds, I feel, is a money grab, and it's like you wait in line for 4.5 hours for those rides, and it's just way too expensive. So I just never cared to go. But we are standing in line to get on Mount Everest. We literally sit down. They buckled us in, and Haley's nervousness. She's a big talker until her nerves kick in, and her nervousness starts to show. And she's like, well, I really am excited to ride this ride, blah, blah, blah. She was like, there's only 2 things I don't do in roller coasters. And now, mind you, this is technically day 1 at the parks. She's standing here now staring at me. But we get on this ride, it starts to creep forward, and she's like, I don't do dark and I don't do roller coasters that go backwards. Me not knowing anything about this, I'm just like, okay, that's fine. We'll look out for this. So it takes you through the ride. You're like whipping through the turns and up in the mountain, and all of a sudden you come up and the track's broke.
Do worse things for her.
When you see the tracks break, I heard the clicking in the back. And she said, what's that? I said, you're about to go backwards. And she's like, what? I'm like, we're going backwards. And she's like, no, we're not. And it drops. The minute it drops, you're in complete darkness, and she is screaming her head off. I was just like, the worst two things that you hate are the first ride that we get on. We're ready. He told us the perfect thing to do. He said is every time we go to Target and every time we need to go to Walmart, we buy a Disney gift card for ourselves. That way, when we go next year,
It is a little slower.
It's delayed. There you go.
That one's delayed.
and they're opening up meal plans again next year.
Oh,
That one's live.
How does the meal plans work?
So it's attached to your Magic Bands. So they'll order your food and you tap it there. The only thing that's not covered is alcoholic drinks and gratuities. So you just make sure you do that at the table service. Just you charge that at the end. Otherwise, they'll just tap it when they take your order, and you're good to go.
What is it? You buy X amount of credits, and each place takes an X amount of credits to eat there.
There's two different meal plans. The one that we do is we get a snack credit, a quick service credit, and a sit down credit per day per person that your reservation is there. So if you're there for a 7-day reservation, you have 7 days of allotment of credits. So obviously your snack can be used wherever the little snack things are, and quick service is that. Some dinner places might require 2 dinner points, so that they'll charge it and it'll cost 2 of those points. So you might not have one dinner. You might have to use like either a snack credit or a leftover quick service if you don't eat lunch or something like that, or pay it out of pocket.
Yeah.
Some of those restaurants are quote unquote more expensive and they require the 2 points as opposed to 1. But a lot of them are still 1 even before full service.
So it sounds like
And
he
that-
just needs to plan our trip.
That only counts for restaurants at the parks.
It is restaurants at the parks and in downtown Disney.
So one of the restaurants that we are going to go to next year, like it's set in stone, we're going every time we go, is Sebastian's Bistro. And that's not at any of those. That's actually at one of the resorts.
Is it a Disney resort?
Yes.
Then yeah.
You have to take the bus to get to Disney Springs. And then once you're at Disney Springs, you have to take the Disney Springs bus to go to the resort. And the resort is the one where
It's on the water.
yeah, it's got the riverboat hotel.
Sarasota, Key West, or Port Orleans.
I think it's Port Orleans.
That's Port Orleans has the boathouse, the cafeteria, and what did you say the restaurant was?
Sebastian's Bistro.
Maybe. But yeah, it should work. It should work at any dining establishment on property, whether it's hotel, park, or Disney Springs.
But it is like we didn't drive down there. We flew down there. So everything we done was on site.
Yeah, that's a great thing. It used to have a great service called the Magical Express that picks you, like you could check your bags wherever you are. It gets dropped at your hotel and they bus you right to your hotel.
Yeah.
Now you got to lift or take a random bus there. But yeah, once you're in that Disney bubble, it's very easy to stay with all their transportation options of the monorail, the bus, the Skyliner, and the boat system to stay completely 100% on property.
Have you ever been to the discount Disney store that's like off property right there? Is it worth it?
It can be. I haven't been in a while, but I've done it a long time ago.
That was one of the things that we talked about doing that we didn't.
There's a discount Disney store, I think, in one of the outlets nearby. I would check to see if it's still around.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you might be able to find some good deals there. And there's also a cast member one. So if you know any friends that work at Disney, there's a special warehouse that they get to buy things that are vastly discounted than the public can buy. So they can buy like a Loungefly backpack for like $20. That's last season.
There you go. Haley made me a deal that I have to buy her. The only way I can get a lightsaber is if I buy her a what purse is it?
The Dooney and Burke waterfall
Ooh.
Disney bag.
I think that's a fair trade.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't know about the 2 lightsabers, so that is a very fair.
And Chopper now too. So
Yeah, we could build Chopper now too.
Whatever that is.
The droid, the little orange guy that tries to kill everybody.
Oh.
Here's your birds of prey. That's really pretty.
all we see is some leaves. Turn it so the camera and the people can see it. There you go.
Now becomes
I
the
just don't
easiest
want all
part.
these in the bottom.
I wasn't gonna put any in there. Do you want them in there?
No.
Yeah.
And show it close up again.
Oh my gosh, that is pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty. You did good, Haley.
Thanks. Well, Richard finished it. I did the
Are
base.
you going to put the loose pieces in for dirt?
No,
No, these are going in the castle.
because this will go upstairs, and the cat already tears up my stuff as it is. So,
At least you don't have to
Okay.
water it.
right?
Oh, you're not supposed to
That'll
water
give,
these?
that'll give her less to knock over.
Yeah. Have to use my museum glue to tack it to the table.
There you go. Tack it on down. Yeah, Trevor said, hey, Alana wants the purse now.
You want the purse or the?
He'll buy you the purse, Alana. He'll buy you the purse, Alana, if he could buy a turbo. I think that might be a fair trade. A turbo for a purse. I mean, what do you think? That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it?
No.
Those are roughly similar costs. So yeah, I think that's a fair trade.
Yeah, sure.
Have you ate at Nine Dragons?
He said he hadn't, but he heard it's really
Oh my
good.
gosh.
Yeah, we normally eat at Germany or Japan.
So I'll be honest with you, the food that's there, I guess, is quick. I guess is the way you would describe it. The place at the Avatar lunch.
Avatar is a quick service one. It's not a real big restaurant.
That was really good food, but the one at the Rise of Resistance, I think it's it's through the walkway.
Oh, the
I've heard the food about too, where the big Ronto roaster is.
Yeah,
That food has not been that great. The one at Avatar is very fresh. Because a lot of stuff at Animal Kingdom is very fresh and stuff like that. That's what they're trying to pride themselves on. And a lot of food at Epcot is very fresh too, because the Living with the Land ride that shows you the boat tour, shows you all the things that they grow, all that food is used on property. So a lot of their stuff is locally grown there, otherwise imported fresh daily to Disney.
See, me and Trevor were on the same page. Or me and Alana.
the flowers.
Yeah.
That is something that like I said, it's really cool that we've tried everything, because now we know if we're there and if we're by Avatar and we're hungry, sure, let's eat it again. But if we're near Star Wars, the Star Wars thing just wasn't that good. It was literally it wasn't a breakfast sausage. It was like a sausage length that was long, and it was like in pita bread with like slaw.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't. It wasn't very good.
I like the only thing in Star Wars. I like the blue milk is good.
I got blue milk and she got green milk, and I ended up drinking both of them.
And then the canteen is awesome. Those are the only things I would eat there. They have popcorn, I guess, but I've never done that.
So we're just gonna text you to help us plan this.
Twigs and I love doing that. So by all means, ask all your questions.
Why haven't y'all signed up to be a?
It's something we've talked about. My sister actually just yesterday signed up, or is getting trained to become a travel agent to do it. It's something that we've talked about as a side gig for a long time.
We met a girl. We showed up to.
You met.
What park is Jungle Cruise and all that? That's a
Magic
Kingdom. We got to Magic Kingdom really early so we could run, because I was told
before it opened, 6:30.
Yeah, early. The hotel guests get on early. Yeah, that way.
We were told to go there, and then as soon as you can, sign up for Pirates, and then run to Jungle Cruise, get on Jungle Cruise, ride it, and then you'll be signed up for Pirates, get on Pirates, and then after Pirates, start just up that archway. And when we were doing that, we were waiting in line for them to open the gate, and we were talking to a girl that Actually, I got to talking to her grandma, and then she popped up. She used to work there and done it as like a internship for college. And when she got out, she became a travel agent for there. And she gave us her information, but it was like she doesn't do it personally. She does it through a company. So you had to pay the company fees and everything. And it wasn't something that she could just like help us with or tell us this. She did give us a bunch of like hints on stuff to show what to do and what not to do in some places, but it wasn't anything that was really that helpful.
Yeah, because for like friends and family, yeah, that's fine doing that stuff. But for the business wise, like my sister's joining an outside third party company, and you have to have the insurance in case someone thing goes wrong and they try to sue you because you gave them bad booking advice or they dropped off and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why you have to go through like a third party company. But for friends and family, I can tell you everything you want to know, and if it goes wrong, suck it.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing though, like the thing about that I realized talking to her about being a travel agent is it's very opinionated anyway. Like I could tell you something is the best ride in the world, but if you don't believe me because you hate it, you're going to think I did wrong.
So the best way to help someone design their Disney trip is to get to know them, to talk to them. And if they have kids, you're going to put them to lines of certain things like that. For you guys, I would put you in a line of a different set of attractions. Oh, you want to try this experience or that. Here's what this experience will give you. I don't think it's worth your time, but if you want to check it out or you've never done it, by all means, and try it.
I think we rode last year everything we wanted to ride except for Ratatouille.
Ratatouille's fun. I did that the first time this time.
I probably, if the line is small, like the Millennium Falcon was kind of all right, but it doesn't matter what happens. It's the same outcome no matter what. Like you don't even have to press the button to fire anything. Like it still fires.
It's the theming. I love the theming, and I just love going on it and just being in the waiting room.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, we'll definitely hit Rise of Resistance as many times as we can. The Avatar was really cool, but if I don't ride it again, I wouldn't be hurt.
I love Dinosaur, and they're getting rid of Dinosaur.
Every time I get on that ride, it breaks. Like every time. When I was young, we got right up to it, and it died. And then on our honeymoon, we got like in it, buckled in, and pulled 3 feet forward, and the whole machine shut down. And they like made us sit there for like 45 minutes.
Will y'all do the tower, the drop tower thing?
No.
Tower of Terror.
And I don't like drop stuff, and I actually will. She says no. I don't.
I won't.
So then
do
me and you'll be my date on that ride.
I won't do it.
That's fun. I love that one.
I don't do drop like I don't do drop zone, but I will do that. It's a different thing. Like I don't know. I'm okay with that one.
It's not different. You're still dropping.
I'll have a panic attack.
Have you done it before, Richard? No.
I've done a drop zone. That's why I don't care to ever do them again.
It's completely different. Like it's not like I don't know how to explain it, but it's completely different. Because
If you have a fear of elevators, don't ride it. If you have
I
no
don't
fear
have
of
any,
elevators,
I'm not really fear of anything. Like I just
then,
like it's
then
one
no
of
reason, just do it.
like I just don't care to ride it. I will tell you the one ride that I like really, really, really wanted to do last year, and we got in it pretty quick, and it was immediately ruined. Was Haunted Mansion.
I broke down in Haunted Mansion before. It's so annoying.
It wasn't broke down. We literally got on there, and when they funnel you into like the room that you first start at, there was like maybe 10 adults, and that was it. Well, next thing you know, there's like a bus of kids that get in here, and everybody's screaming. You couldn't hear anything. I know the story. I know like what happens, and like it starts elongating the room, and like you just could not hear anything. The kids were screaming on the ride. You couldn't hear them like singing. Like I was like, somebody throw these little kids off of this thing. So I said, kids should not be allowed to be at Disney.
So Henry's mom, Tori's mom's headed to bed. She wants to say goodnight.
Night, Harry.
No,
Night, Richard.
Good night.
Night.
And we're probably going to log off too. It's been a long day.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We got like what, 20 minutes left?
Yeah.
We'll be headed out.
All right, we're out of here. Y'all have fun.
Take it
Night,
easy.
guys.
Night.
See ya.
Bye.
But I definitely like. I don't really care. I know everyone says I should, but Space Mountain, if I ride it, I don't. If I don't, if I do, I don't.
It's a hit or miss for me.
Um,
Oh no, wait, Space
No,
Mountain.
that's the one you
Spaceship
said
Earth
you
is
didn't.
something different. I love Spaceship Earth.
We did Spaceship Earth. That you said you didn't want to do it because it's in pitch black.
I needed to do Tron and Guardians. Like those were one wasn't open and one we missed the sign up for. So I got to go back and try those.
Guardians kept
like-
shutting down. Guardians had
Guardians, like-
nothing but issues.
It was like 4 days from opening when
It's 2
we
months.
were there, and then Tron had like the track hadn't even started yet. Like they were just now, but we went 2 years ago.
Yeah, that we queued. I think it was like 3 times to get on Guardians of the Galaxy, and every time they had something go on, and I was like, everyone was complaining about it. Apparently, everyone I know that loves Disney that goes like every year has only ride that ride like one time. And there's always something going on with it because apparently it's like a Wi-Fi track, just like Rise. So
And
the
Ratatouille's the same way too.
it's completely Bluetooth and it just fails all the time.
So we rode the Universe of Energy, which was the Ellen DeGeneres ride right before Rise went there.
Uh-huh.
And that's a older Ellen DeGeneres ride with Bill Nye the Science Guy in it. And it was very dated. It's like a half-hour long ride because it's a big like people mover kind of thing. And some of the animatronics were broken. Like Ellen's head was just cocked to the side as she's like throwing her arms up like this. And like the animatronics were just dusty. And we're like, this is fun. We're glad we did this one more time before this gets torn down.
That's like It's a Small World or whatever that ride is.
Yeah, I forget Small World. I've done that before. I don't have to do that ever again.
That's a terrifying ride.
That's a good ride when you like want to just sit down and like chill out for a good 5 minutes.
I'll be honest with you, like the 10 minutes that ride took, all I could think of was how bad I wanted to stick my hand in the water and grab a handful of change.
Don't. Yep. No, don't touch that water.
I was just like, I want to know like what changed from the world that's in this thing.
Florida
Yeah,
water.
that water's probably been the same since 1970.
You will also get in a lot of trouble if you touch the water, potentially getting banished. So do not touch the water.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
They've had issues. People like taking it and drinking it. They've had people jumping off the boats and interacting with the puppeteers, and some of those puppeteers have been there since the 70s. So they're very protective of keeping you in the ride on some of those rides.
A ride that what is going on, Mikey J? A ride that we rode that was really cool that I didn't expect was the Peter Pan ride.
That one was good. That was not bad.
That one was like we were like, oh, we love Peter Pan. Let's just sit in it and see what happens, and it was really cool. What else did we do?
The aerial ride needs some love. It's
starting to age, yeah.
Which one is that?
Ariel.
Oh yeah. We
I went my
enjoyed.
senior year of high school, and then we went for our honeymoon, and I was like, "Oh, this thing is rough now."
One of the things we enjoyed a lot was while we were there, they did, which they might do it all the time. I don't know, but they had the play of The Lion King and the play of Beauty and the Beast.
Yep, those are perennial things. Those are daily events.
And that was really cool.
The
It was
safari is fun too if you haven't done the safari a lot. We did the safari like every other time. It's a lot of fun. We want to do this.
We get paid not going back to Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, Animal Kingdom was her least favorite.
That's fair. There's an excursion that you can do with Animal Kingdom to go behind the scenes. You like wear a vest, like a rope, and you go like rope bridges. They take you into the enclosures. You have some like lunch up in like a rhino exhibit and take you behind the scenes. So we want to try and do one of those experiences next time we go down.
I don't know of anything else that that really like stood out that we did that was like just we have to do it again.
Have you been to Universal or just Disney?
No, just Disney. I want to take a so we're planning to go down for I think it's like what is it, 8 days?
Yeah.
One of the
9
things
days,
I would
yeah.
like to do, I couldn't get everybody in for free, and it might just be me, but if I can do it, I'll pay. me doing Lego for a while, I've got a chance to get in Legoland for free. The only problem is it's like an hour and a half away, and it would be an hour and a half Uber.
Not in Orlando.
No.
We did it for
In Lakeland, Florida. You will need a rental car.
What'd you say, Trevor?
We did it as our last day, and it's fun. I mean, if you have like time to kill, we used it as our like we've been here for 9 days and we're ready to go. So like it's good to like just go and chill and kind of see everything.
People look at you very weird when you're the people that don't have kids that go there.
Yeah.
It is not like Disney or Universal where it's better to not have children. That one,
Well,
they're
like,
just
I was highly upset being as deep into Lego as I am, especially having like a YouTube channel and like an Instagram, and I'm not going to call it an influencer, but being like that. And then I went to Disney Springs Lego store and they didn't have anything that was like specific to the store, like a one-off. I was like, this is dumb. And they're like, well, you could buy a coffee mug. I'm like, I don't want a coffee mug. I'm like, I want like a minifig that says Disney Springs or something like that. I was like, y'all are literally like Disney.
I don't know if Legoland had anything specific besides maybe a minifig.
The only thing Legoland sells isn't specific to Legoland, but you can buy the little I forgot what they call them, but it's like a city skyline of all the different countries. I know that you can buy those from there, and those are some that you can't find in normal stores.
So I went to the Mall of America Lego store last summer.
Such a good one.
And they were saying that the printable minifigure is coming to Orlando. So that might be there now.
It was there when we were there.
Okay. So that's like the only custom thing you could do there, because then you get a little brick that says, downtown, whatever.
We didn't do that just because it was simply the line.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't even think we bought something at the Lego store.
You did.
But it was just to say, hey, I bought this at Disney.
Yeah. I won't buy anything there just because, like.
Oh, it was the.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's
Yeah. The minifig packs, the Builder minifigure. I did 3 of those, but I'll be honest with you, like I said, I don't know what they were.
Yeah, we got him at Legoland, but that was like all we got. I think I have a coin too.
You can fit 2 adults on Legoland roller coasters. We had to be a lot younger to do that. In our current body shape, we would not be able to fit 2 adults in the seats anymore. But we did it one time.
Both of us. Of course, she's tiny.
With your Disney experience and Disney knowledge, ask this young lady how much money she spent on Disney coins while we were there.
I told Richard, I'm going to go to every single one of these in every single park and get every single coin.
Are you talking like the penny machines?
Yes.
Those are all over the place.
It was Animal Kingdom.
We have $4.50 in crushed pennies upstairs.
No.
And pennies.
I probably spent maybe like $100.
You spent more than that, I believe, because it's like what 50. It's like 50 cents a coin, and each one has like 5 to 7 coins.
Yeah,
I was getting all of them.
Our vice is pins. We go hard on pins. It's really bad.
See, we dodge the pins.
My friends have like
don't do them. It's a slippery
cases
slope.
on cases that they pack with them. It's unreal.
We don't pack them because we don't trade them. We're putting up dark like a
I
foam
thought they were
board
talking about writing pins.
and putting them up on the wall.
Yes, my
no
friends.
pins, PIN, the
Yeah.
enamel pins.
Our friends trade them, and like they gave each of us. A friend of mine gave us each of us that went with them a lanyard, and they were like, "These are the ones you can get rid of. These are the ones you can't. This is what you can get rid of it for." And I was like, "I'm not even going to be with you." And they were like, "Yeah, but I got to give you guidelines." And I was like, "I don't want this then." Here.
So there was like a couple pins that I thought would be cool. Like I said, she likes Sword in the Stone and Maleficent, and there was like some Star Wars stuff. But in the end of the day, like as much as they are, there's other stuff I wish I would have bought. Like the one thing that I absolutely regret was I don't know what it was for, and it might have just been like a Disney exclusive. But it was before I was collecting Black Series, and they had a Darth Vader like non-normal. He was wearing all white.
Ooh.
And I was like,
Was it the holiday series one or?
It might have been. but it was only like $15, and it was
Yeah,
like on
it
clearance.
might have been the holiday one because like they've done the Chewie and the C3PO.
Yeah, I've got the Mandalorian. Speaking of that, what is this year's Halloween? I've got I got last year's because it's a clone trooper that has a glow in the dark skeleton on him. So the holiday for Christmas is here, hold on real quick. It's a purge trooper that looks pretty cool. He's dressed up like the Nutcracker.
Ah,
That is dope.
that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Oh, Twigs is like that's her favorite like show is that, so I'll have to get that. That'll be fun.
What does it come? Oh, it's a droid.
It's a mouse droid.
Yeah, I was wondering what it is. I thought it was a bag at first. I was like, why has he got a bag?
And they've got a Jawa. Santa
Yeah,
Jawa.
Jawa with an elf. But where's the hell? Oh, they also got an Ewok. Oh, Trevor.
Oh no.
Oh.
Let's scroll down. What's the price? Oh, okay, it's not terrible. All right.
It's same as the Ahsoka one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You sure about that? Does
I
Haley
don't-
not know what I'm talking about either?
I know.
No,
What,
she knows. Well, I had to say something. I can't just have you like show up Friday and hand me this freaking.
Hand you a thing.
Yeah.
Right. There's the. I thought about it. And I was like, now that I'm on camera. So that's the front of the case,
Oh, nice.
and then it's got like different cards that are different scenes from the movie. Yeah.
They don't have a Halloween.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's hard to see with the screen glare.
Yeah, but I've seen it on fan sites and stuff like that.
Here,
Yeah,
hold on. I can do that.
There you go. You can see the little Ian guy in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got the big like Kenner size version
Nice.
with Muldoon and Ellie in the back on the front. But yeah, that Matchbox is awesome.
I was like, I
Yeah,
gotta have it.
and look, I got a Mickey,
Whoa, look at that.
right?
I think last year's Comic Con Hot Wheels special was my favorite so far. It was Ghost Rider, and it's the original like comic book scene, and the Hot Wheels. It's Ghost Rider on the motorcycle, like jumping out of the front of the Hot Wheels package. Like
that's cool.
it looks like the comic book.
Dude, that Hasbro Pulse Ghost Rider with the bike that's like $150.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that thing, Trevor?
I think so.
That thing is dope, but I can't do that.
They also had a HasLab Ghost too.
Well, so the only reason that's made me hold off on buying the Ghost is with you and you did say that Twiggy loved Fallen Order, right?
That the latest movie?
No. The Fallen Order, the Star Wars with BD1.
Yeah.
Grab that blue and white big tall thing up top.
No.
So I have made friends, and one of them owns a company called Brix, where he sells his own designs.
Don't.
Puppy. What is Puppy's name?
This is Baloo.
After the Jungle Book Bear.
Perfect.
And then
And
we
then-
have Remy, who is on the other side of Baloo.
She's down here, like being squished.
Here, go see your dad.
Ooh, the mantis.
Like
That's
that is
nice.
probably one of my like pride and joys in the Lego world, and it moves.
Look how dusty.
I know it's been sitting up there. Where's that makeup brush?
Here, give me a sec. I'm gonna get Twigs. Twigs needs to see that. Hold on one second.
Oh god, I look like crap.
You haven't been live on,
You gotta
for 20 minutes there, Haley.
Look at the babies.
Where's that makeup brush at?
I don't know.
My babies. Blue's a chunky 70 pounds, man.
Lie down.
Robinson, where are you going?
Is it on the top of the castle?
Yeah, have you found a good way to like dust your bricks? Like, what's a good way? I've
A makeup brush is what he uses.
That's a good idea.
Like
I
a
like,
Condensed air.
yeah, like the air dusters for like your computer. Those tend to work pretty well.
I am, but there's not that many people watching. I think you can stand off camera. We'll just stand off camera and look at the stream and look at the ship.
You sure, Blue?
You still
You sure about that?
Don't come here, but you can see this. You're not going to be on camera.
It's very cool. It is very
Isn't that an awesome model?
Yes, it's very
Say hi to Haley. Haley's so cute.
Wait.
Twig says hi. She's just off camera.
Hi.
But yeah, like this thing, it's got a full interior. And it's got everything from the video game. So it's got the little like
The garden and stuff.
yeah, and I was trying to think of what it's called. The thing where you go to choose what planet you want to go to.
Yeah, the holographic chart table.
Yeah, and then the door opens up front. I mean, it's got a full cockpit with like full detail.
Twigs is asking, where's the design from?
2 Bricks.
Okay.
I met him at a convention and bought the instructions for this. And I did I don't remember how exactly it works. I think you pull this pin, but it lays down. There it goes.
Oh, that's cool.
So it'll fly. But I bought the instructions from him to build this, and I did a review on it for him. And for a thank you, he gave me a very, very high detailed instructions to build an X-Wing.
Oh, nice.
I built that and did a review for that. And he keeps telling me he's going to hook me up. And I don't think he's released it yet, but he has got a UCS version of the Ghost. But I will tell you that this ship right here alone costs like, I think it was like $400 or $500 to build.
Yeah, it got to be for all that pieces. I'm looking at
The
the
Ghost will be more than that.
Makeup brush.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I'll have to go to get some cheapo something like that. Or get usual
You need
ones.
to write this down though.
Elf.
Yeah, you need to write down Elf total face.
Elf products are very cheap too. Very good quality, but very cheap.
It was like $1.50, but it's like
Interesting.
just strong enough to get the dust off and not like strong enough to break anything. But yeah, this thing right here is like one of my like.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's really cool is that you can change out the color.
The color palettes, yeah.
Yeah, he showed me a. Yeah, do y'all use Studio at all?
I do, yeah.
There is a thing that he showed me that he gives you with when you buy it. I believe is he might have just given it to me. I don't know, so I don't want to like quote that. But it gives you the ability to load these pieces in and change the colors of them and see if it actually exists as a Lego part or not.
Oh yeah, the file, yeah.
Yeah. But I just wanted to stick with the blue and white. I thought that was like the iconic look of it.
There was an orange and black one, right, that we really liked.
Oh, he had so many skins like that you can choose. Mine, I had Boba Fett's for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, the orange and black one is guaranteed to have the pieces for.
But it'd be fun if you can like put like
Yeah, just get little things you
click
can
in,
click in, click off kind of thing. That'd be really
kind
cool.
of like one you can change his stuff.
That's
So
what I
you
was
gotta think there is a lot of blue and like there is a lot of pieces you would have
Yeah.
to swap
Yeah.
color.
If you take that off, that's just like a different color.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to try and figure out.
But it is getting to be 10:30, so we're going to end the stream.
Sounds good.
I would like to.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
It's definitely a fun experience of having someone that knows something other than Star Wars. But I'll talk to everyone later. Peace.
All right. Bye, guys.
Well.